Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching in the world. My name is Sean Driver. This is the Red Horde, and this time we're with the local pundit. It's a neutral watch day party, and I've got a couple of guys. Ivan's still waiting on him, but I see Brendan's already up. Brendan's already up. Sheldon's already up. And we're going to cover all four games because as W and G just identified already in the chat, at least on our channel, and it's showed up here. The Mansfield Accrington game has been postponed. I'm hoping that when Brendan, we'll talk with him when I add him here. I'm hoping that game is that he didn't end up paying for iFollow for it, and then he's got double dinged. So we'll have to pass around a cup of coffee for Brendan here on this one, as you may have had to pay Mansfield and or Accrington some money to be able to watch the game, and then lost out when they canceled for the pitch inspections. And I want to do an EFL regulation search on how that all happens, because the question has to be asked with their injuries. Did they kind of have a little say in that? Waiting to get people back? Anyway, I'm going to bring them in. We'll set everything up, and let's grab both of them. I see Brendan Sheldon's there. I'm giving you guys a heads up that you're coming on. Oh, and I just see that one of them went dark. So let's grab Brendan, and we'll wait for Sheldon. Oh, that's right. Sheldon said he couldn't. I see him in the background. Oh, how are you, good sir? Brendan? I don't know if I've got voice or if that's on me. Are you there? He might not be ready. I'll go like that just for now, and we'll chat and try and set everything up here. I know that Sheldon's got work commitments, Ivan's got work commitments, and so they're all going to be racing to get in here. So here's the plan for the day, and I should really know who's covering everything. The Knots game is going to be covered by Sheldon, so we're all Knots fans for the first time. Because, man, I'm going to take this off for the time being, just because it's continually telling me the match day experience is coming. So he's got the Dons game. And I believe it is Brendan's going to do the Crewe game, and Ivan is going to do the Stockport game. We're going to sit here and just kind of go around the horn and just give updates as to what's happening, give the FODMOB request when there's a goal-scoring situation, a corner kick, a set piece from a dangerous situation, all that sort of stuff. Then whoever's there is going to end up chatting about it, giving you guys the updates, telling you who's been playing impressive, who hasn't been playing impressive, and what sort of the tone of the match is, to give you a little bit something more than just, and there's Josh. Josh is not going to be on this one. Sheldon and Ivan in the local pundit's place. He's got work commitments, and you guys down in the U.S., you don't get your Mondays off. That's just unfortunate. I was shocked to hear that, but yeah, that'd be frustrating because I get a 4-day weekend. So the four games that we're watching are all going to be the top. Well, we were planning to do 5, but we're not going to be doing, obviously, the Mansfield game. So Stockport's going to be on, and that's going to be Ivan who's doing that game. They've got, I should know this off the top of my head, Wimbledon. That's probably the toughest one of the bunch. I'm going to be doing the Barrow game. And once everybody gets here, I should have the scoreboard showing up at the bottom. The MK Dons game, that's with Notts County. That's going to be covered by Sheldon, and Brendan's going to be doing the Crewe Alexandra game. And they've got Gillingham, and that one's probably a tough battle as well. So we'll eventually grab everybody in there. Brendan, and if you're ready to go, you want to give me a thumbs up? You can't hear me. Can everybody else hear me? Because if we can't, then we've got a tech issue with Brendan. Somebody just wants to give me a chat. I would have assumed that would have popped up and said that there was an issue. So I'll tell him in text. And there's going to be some tech gremlins during this. First time we've done this, where we brought in 4 people and all that sort of stuff. So yes, on sound from Josh. Sheldon, if I know that you're lurking in the background. If you give me a thumbs up, yeah, then I'm heard there. So it's not on my end, Brendan. It's got to be on your end. So I don't know what to suggest other than the clicks on the bottom. And if not, you might have to do a test somewhere and figure that out. I wanted to get to the EFL regulations. I'll do that probably a little bit later. And maybe the nice thing about doing this is I'm not going to be sitting in the hot seat for this one, as I'm watching Barrow and Morecambe, of all things to be expecting to watch on a Easter Monday. Barrow looking to 88 points. They're the key point to the match numbers or the magic numbers. If you've been following on Twitter, following on YouTube, I put posts regarding match numbers or magic numbers. That being the idea that as teams lose and as teams win, the ability to clinch narrows. Barrow's got a maximum point available of 88 points. And so that means that if Wrexham takes control of its own destiny, it gets a draw, it gets a win, that's 1 or 3 points taken off of that magic number. The goal trying to get down to 0, where mathematically you are clinched. As far as getting an automatic promotion spot, Barrow's the team to watch predominantly because they've got a max points of 88, which is 3 points more than the next on the list. So if they win, the match number stays the same. If they lose, Wrexham gets 3 points closer to clinching. So everybody here is cheering for the Shrimps, I'm sure, unless we happen to link a Barrow fan who's coming in. For fans of other teams, feel free to join and chat and have a good time. We're streaming concurrently on 2 different places, the local pundit and at the Red Horde on YouTube. Join us, have a chat. If you're, regardless of where you're watching on either of those 2 streams, bump the like button, hit the subscribe button, let the algorithm gods know that we're there. And the other thing is, normally when we do this, we're all doing this on Restream, not through my normal process. And so these chat messages, I'm not going to be bringing them in when everybody ends up joining. We're going to largely be manipulating the scoreboard from our own control. So just waiting on Ivan to join. 29 of us already joining in, which is awesome. What else to do on a Monday morning when we don't have a game? And I'm going to bring up the EFL regulations at some point in time because I just wanted to check that. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on. I mean, it's supposed to be a third party. I'm not actually accusing any malfeasance here by Mansfield, but it's a game that I was hoping that they were going to play because they're struggling with injuries. They're one of the teams that has probably the most concerning injured reserve list of everybody going. And so getting some players back is going to be key to them. They had a rough one, 3 people get knocked out, and they're not going to be playing today. So, and I think I could do this while nobody's here. W&G, and if you're here, W&G, and you're updating the scoreboard, for those from the local pundit, W&G usually has his scoreboard up above how we do ours, and he's the person who's responsible for helping everybody out with the score updates. Feel free to dump out what's happening with the rest of the league. But yeah, it's better for we want everybody who's not the teams in the top that are going to be winning. So we're all Forest Green Rovers fans. We are all Wimbledon, cheering for the Wombles, for the Shrimps. Get it going. That's what we're doing. So I feel bad for you, Josh, having to go do work and not the fun stuff like this on a Monday morning. Yeah. I will say, we'll give the bump. Josh runs a watch party as well as I. Both of us are going to be on tomorrow. Different channels. Pick your poison. We both do our things differently. Both, I think, are exceptional and a lot of fun. Both have a good community. People float between them sometimes. Do whatever you want to do, but join somebody. It's a nice little way to watch things. Watch the Knots goals against Swindon if you want some comedy. Kim, that's been a thread all season. The best ones I still think are the Knots Shrewsbury FA Cup games. I've watched those highlights at least a dozen times, just when I want to giggle. I thought that they had gotten better over time, but they're still just not there. So I don't know, Brendan, when you get yourself all set up, go ahead and add, and Sheldon, if you are ready to join, I don't want to take you away from work. Send a private chat. Oh, you're good to join. So I'll grab Sheldon and bring him doing his stuff. How are you, sir?
Hello, how are we doing?
Oh, it's an exciting little dip. Everything's unfamiliar to me.
Yeah, what I'm doing here is just setting up my match. That's all. I have to log in and buy my match and all that carry on.
Yeah, I got that. I want to try and figure out what I want is contained. There we go. Because if we take this off and then I take the messages off, we should be good to see everybody's scores. We won't be able to bring up the chat, but I think this is the way to go about it, because then anybody who logs in is going to end up seeing the scores for the game that we're each respectively watching. And I love this idea. We're going to be able to get a little bit of flavor. I mean, if this was for me, I want to know what's happening in the other matches. And so this is going to give us a little flavor as to what's happening. The whole idea of it is we'll just chat about the stats, chat about what we're watching, and if there's a goal or a scoring threat, a corner, a yellow card, red card, something like that, and somebody wants to pitch in, we're all hopefully going to be quiet and let that person talk. But there's going to be some talking over each other. It's going to happen, and we're just going to roll with it as we've never done this before, and we'll see what happens. And I'm still filling up on coffee. So for those of you contributing in the chat, please do so. If somebody has an interesting poll question, the nice thing about having 3 others doing this all at the same time is it allows me to do some more poll questions. One of them, do we think that the Mansfield referee got a little wink and a nudge to end up doing the pitch inspection? I mean,
pitch inspection. Okay.
I can be a persuasive person and not end up having to cross any palms. I think lots of people can do that. So when you're out there, do they walk out and do it alone? Do they talk with anybody in advance? Because is there something that you can do to influence an official to be like, man, you should really look at this water over here. It's really bad.
I'm sure there's a level there where they kind of discuss it. Look, it's borderline. Do you want to play? Do you not want to play? I'm sure that happens.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is it could be a little if it was close.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the weather in Mansfield. I haven't looked at the regulations. As this game's going, I'll probably look in the background what the rules are regarding the pitch inspection, because if I recall correctly, there's a section that talks about malfeasance related to the pitch inspection. I'm not accusing it. I'm not suggesting it, but it is a nice little funny thing to think about when you get to the end of the season. You're like, all right, what's going to happen in that Mansfield game? Well, you've got this look, right? So Tobias, and again, I'm not going to be able to bring these up during, because as you can see, it gets rid of the scoreboard. So we're going to have to leave these up. But before the game starts, I'll bring those up. Any guess how the table is going to look after today? Well, I know that Mansfield's not going to get further away from us. That's the one. Look, of the games that are going on, Gillingham, I don't know what to expect. They're not scoring right now. So, Gillingham's not even relevant. So Gillingham's not relevant. They're not scoring. Stockport. They've got the Wombles, and the Wombles are desperate because they're running out of running room. They've got, of the teams that are in the playoff spots at 41, they're one of the only teams that has 5 games left, 4 at the end of the day. So they've got Crawley, who's sitting there behind them, 39 games. Walsall's sitting behind them, not too far back, 4 points back in 39 games. They're hearing footsteps. And when you look at that middle of the table, or not middle of the table, but the playoff spots, you've got the Dons, Barrow, and Crewe, who all have aspirations to get into automatics at the moment. For Gillingham, they're trying to hang on and hold on. Wimbledon is chasing them down, and so I look at that Wimbledon game. You're just on the outside. You've got your opportunity. You're going into Stockport. Stockport's been on a run. I am really hoping for a draw, and I'm hoping that just the desperation of Wimbledon gets them across the line, but I don't know if it's going to do that. Do you think there's a chance in that Stockport game for Wimbledon to do anything, Sheldon? Or
yes, I do. I think it could go down to a draw. Obviously, it depends on the match. Stockport is the much stronger team, but we've all seen strong teams slip up to others. So it depends how it starts and depends how it goes, which is kind of
Stockport
an obvious thing to say.
Stockport had their blip, that's for sure. And Barrow, I'm still getting the warning announcement there, but while they're clicking through the audio, is there a way to get my audio swapped over to? Probably not. I can hear him in the background, but no audio yet at Barrow. The Notts County Dons game, Notts is not playing for anything. They're like on the cusp of being eliminated from the playoffs. They're safe from relegation. There haven't been good really since, well, I guess Luke Williams ended up leaving, arguably just before that. But I would be shocked with where the Dons are and their aspirations that they're not going to go into Notts. The only benefit there is that's an away game for the Dons. And sometimes you just struggle with your form, but I've already checked that one up. as a 3-pointer for the Dons, which is why the pressure's on us. Initial thoughts for you, and Brendan, I'm just waiting for you to add to the chat there if you're able to figure it out. Not ready. Got it. Do you think that there's a chance for Notts County to help us out? Who would have thought we'd be cheering for Notts County?
Yeah, it's very interesting because obviously they are playing for nothing now, except staying in their team. So it's a really difficult one to tell for today. Today could be an absolute disaster again for Notts, or maybe they'll play because they want to stay in the team. But there's a lot of rumours of their best players already basically out the door for the end of the season. So we'll have to wait and see.
Are they going to try and preserve the manager's position in Notts County? Because that's been the number one thing for Notts County is with the replacement manager. Everybody's been saying that he's lost the team right from outset.
He has, but has he lost the owners is the big question. Because from my point of view, the owners brought him in to partly be their puppet. They want to run the things at Notts County. So if they have a style of play that they want to keep going, which they generally do, then maybe they want to keep him and wait until they get a new team in the summer.
Yeah,
so
could be.
It depends how you look at it. Like they could give him the entire rest of the season and dump half the team. But although they have money, I don't think they have ridiculous levels of money. And if some of your players are unwilling to play for him, even if they're stuck in contract in Notts, it might be a dangerous thing to do to keep him. But at some point, it is kind of untenable. Like if they can't pull off a couple of draws, if they can't pull off a couple of wins in the next matches, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like Jada's got something special. Langstaff's fallen off a cliff from everything that I've seen, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But I've chalked that one up as to 3 points for the Dons. I was really hoping to see the Mansfield match and follow along with that one, just because it meant so much to the table and it meant so much for us going forward. And they were banged up. And right now, when you're looking at form, you've got Stockport's refound themselves after a batch of injuries. You've got Mansfield who's slipping, and they're banged up right now. And then you look at those are the two most important to us. Barrow's just on an absolute roll, and I'm interested to see how they look in this Morecambe one. I'm kind of glad that's how the straw poll went as I got the Barrow game, because they're the most intriguing to me, because when we saw them back in early January, I think it was New Year's Day, wasn't it? Where we ended up handling them relatively easily. I think it was a 4-1 game. I didn't look it up.
Yes, yeah.
It was one of those games where it didn't see much from Barrow, so I'm excited to see how they stack up against somebody else. Playing Morecambe, that's a battle for them. Morecambe's seen the sunset on their career. I think they've got some elimination from autos as potential today. If it hasn't happened already, I'd have to go back to my graphic. But they're at risk. But they're only 4 points out of 7th place, and so I'm hoping for a draw, at least strip some points away, and we'll see what happens.
It's kind of interesting because the teams that we still have to play this season, I would prefer them to get comfortable wherever they are. If they're in playoffs, I prefer them to be comfortable in playoffs, but not close enough for autos, stuff like that, so that they're a little bit more settled and don't have to scrap for every single point.
Yeah, I'm with you. Morecambe. Did I pronounce Morecambe wrong?
Morecambe.
I saw somebody with the A off and Yorkshire. It's always nice to see people from Yorkshire signing into this one. If you're joining late and you don't know what we're doing, we're going to be adding Ivan and Brendan here eventually. They're going to be watching the other 2 matches that are going on involving top table. The Stockport game is going to be done by Ivan. Brendan's going to be covering the Crewe game. As we sort of watch the scoreboard and see what's happening, hoping to give people some context, we'll each be throwing out the FOTMob stats or whatever other provider everybody uses to tell everybody what's going on in the matches that we're seeing and how the goals went in and what's sort of the run of play as we watch these and stare at the scoreboard and cheer for whoever is against our enemy, right? The enemies of our enemies are our friends. And so that's of all things, Notts County, friends. for a day.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed with the iFollow that they haven't done a league package.
How many emails have you used this season trying to register for different iFollow accounts around?
3. Well,
3.
I've got the Wrexham account plus 2 more.
Yeah.
I signed up for Stockport and I signed up on a monthly, which I then didn't cancel, so I ended up paying 3 months of that. And now I've signed up for the Knots.
I've got 5 different ones. If there wasn't a cancellation, I bought one game and then I thought last night, you know what? I'm not going to buy the Crewe game just in case there's a pitch cancellation tomorrow. And but I did have to go and set up a separate email.
Yeah, I hate that.
Drives
me mad.
There's
no reason for it.
It might be, to be fair, one of the more baffling things about English football. Now their TV stuff, including the streaming.
Yeah, I completely understand the reasoning that they use, because they want to divide the money out fairly to the teams and stuff like that. You can still do that with one account. It is not difficult to do. Yep, that's your problem. Yep. A private message in the background there. Sorry, guys. Yeah. You don't need to set up multiple accounts. All you need to do is or you shouldn't need to if they did it correctly. So like YouTube or anything else, you have your main account, you set up sub accounts underneath, and then if you purchase an additional match and it's not your home team, they ask you. They ask you, which team are you supporting, or do you want it 50-50? Yeah. And that's fine. And then the money gets divided over to them. None of it goes to Wrexham if you're buying extras. Same thing with a season pass for the entire league. What you do is you turn around and they get the percentage which would be a season pass only for them. The remainder of the money is then divided equally among every team in the league. No big deal. Very easy. It's an accounting issue.
So we're gonna step up and take over the EFL. Is that what we're doing?
But it's ridiculous.
It is.
Who's paid for these to do it this way?
It's Harvey's baby. It's Sean Harvey who set all this up, and nobody's updated since. And he's talked about EFL on different podcasts and how it was set up for its unique purpose at the time, and yada yada yada. But somebody's got to fix the damn thing and get it operational in a way it's just foolish right now.
I can understand setting it up this way at the start because that was the agreement that was put in place. Teams wanted their own profits from their own players buying passes. Okay, that's fine. You do that for 1 or 2 years, and then somebody turns around in the office and says, look, everything is updated. Everybody's doing multiple accounts, multiple skins or whatever you want for using your account, and we can now do it. We offer this, and this is an extra because you will now be taking money from opponents who want to watch your match because it's important to where they are in the league. And it's very easy to do. It's just more money for everybody. It's stupid.
John, I'll just cover this because I'm still working on the video and I've been chatting with Sheldon on Discord about it and a couple of people around. I'm still working on the revenue side of things. I've got most of the research done. I just have to sit and do the graphics and spin it out. The expense side, I've sort of just run into tangentially. I also I pick fights on the internet just for fun, just to test my theories. Because you always find there might be some people that are relatively bright. And I found a guy who I believe to be in business and fairly astute with football governance. So I started to challenge him. And I don't think he actually held up. I thought my theories held up relatively well. So that's the way I test everything before I make the videos. And I'm coming out with one as soon as I can get it done. Who knows when that's going to be.
The question for me on the whole financials at the moment is simply, was Fleur lying when she said 20 million revenue? Yeah. Or was she simply pulling figures that she knows are coming and saying that generally we're on about 20 million for the future, therefore this 20 million is coming next season?
I've been able to look and review that there appears to be 20 million turnover. I'm relatively or close to in any event. I'm comfortable with being at that point. Where my concern is that all the fans are going to be asking that question. If you're Fleur, if you're Wrexham AFC, if you're the team, the number one thing that's going to come out expecting to hear $20 million and seeing 10.4 million, everyone's going to go, what the flying is going on, right?
Yeah.
Just set it out.
Be ready for it.
Be ready for it. Get out ahead of it. Inoculate against the problem. I'm just a stupid lawyer. I'm not a businessman.
Well,
But that's one of those things that if you're going to go out in the press release, you're assessing where are our risks, and you just end up saying right out the outset, it was a prospective statement, and we're still confident because they said in the future, in their financials, they said in the future we don't expect that these loans are going to have to continue to be given. Well, go the one step further and just say, we're aware, we anticipate that our turnover for the next year is going to be in excess of. And if it's 18 million, 19 million, you're confident there. By now. So I'm with you. That was a mistake.
Yeah, my thoughts on the question there about the losses and the loans. I don't have an issue with them. I don't think 8-9 million is particularly bad as a loan to the directors who have said they're not in a rush to get them back. Yes, there's interest. I think it's almost 10 grand a week or whatever it is to pay those back to Rob and Ryan. But that's not a particularly big deal. If we say 20 million is coming as next season, in order to be financially viable, all they need to do is stop spending, and they immediately become financially viable. So if we get stuck in League One now for 3 years, we are going to go positive because we're not going to spend the 20 million plus the excesses as we grow over the next 2 or 3 years every single time we buy players. That's not going to happen. We're going to continue gaining some losses if we go up quickly. If we end up going up next year, we're going to have to buy again. And the question is, how much are they going to spend next year on players? Because we do need a new half a team. So are the losses going to increase? Yes, next year? Probably. I actually see them going up again. And it's a little bit smoke and mirrors with how you term things, because they said that next year they don't expect as much of a loss. Well, that depends how much you spend. And again,
WG with the update. Grimsby just scoring. Sorry, jumping in there.
Okay. Let me...
I'll take you one step further. The reason why I'm not concerned about the loans, and this was actually a brilliant move by Sean Harvey making this reference a week and a half ago, is he talked about the value of the club going up from 2 million up to 7 million, right, from the purchase price to where it's at today. And the reason why that's important is when you go through the financials, and I'll do the expense side later, it's a little bit more involved and it's not intuitive to me. I'm going to have to probably rely on a couple of people to help out with some things. But the reason why that's important to me is we've spent $8 million or 8 million quid over the last 2 years on intangible assets. So that's stadium, that's improvements, that's freehold, that's all that sort of stuff. We've spent 8 million. We financed 5 million of it through debt, through the issuance of shares. That for a lot of people, they're like, oh, that's indicative that the sky is falling. That's just taking money out of one hand and putting it into the other.
Yeah.
Because it's not that money has gone to wage rate. That there's been 8 million quid that's gone towards improving the value of the club, and you've seen that return through the actual value of the club. It's gone from 2 million up to 7. And so for Ryan and Rob as owners, you wouldn't be panicked at all. Yes, you've gone out of pocket to be able to do some things and to add some assets and all that sort of stuff. But you've really taken that money and put it into the value of the club. You're going to get that and potentially more on return whenever they decide to disconnect. And so not concerned about it at all. The big question for me is that the one that you identified, did Fleur lie about the 20 million or not? And they should have sent out a message in any event. I do see that Ivan's joined us and he's sitting in the background. Brendan's figuring things out. He's got the Crewe game. Ivan, I see you've got coffee too. If you're ready to join us, I'll bring you in here and we'll get chatting.
Yeah, Kim's message there following on, Wrexham going directly up again would be a financial disaster. I kind of agree with the sentiment, but obviously the extra money from being up in the championship, the difficulty is we would likely come back down from the championship if we went up next year. Or we would have to do, a huge amount of investment in order to stay up. I am very comfortable that we will stay up in League One. And like I said, if you want to stay financially viable, they could actually give contracts to the players that are out of contract for another year. And I think we'll happily stay up in League One. We won't do very well, maybe. We won't challenge for promotion, but we would be financially viable, taking another 20 million and then be set for the next year to boost the team and go on a run. But we know they're not going to do that. They're going to upgrade the team. They're going to invest more. They're going to aim to be up near the top somewhere. I say next year we aim for the playoffs and see what happens.
If we go up, I'm happy to take 20th place and just keep us live. But I hear you. yes, I'm hoping to sneak into playoffs, but you always want the best. But I'm preparing myself. We're going to need 2-3 years to back promotion. Hasn't been done since 2002 in any event. I haven't gone further back than that. And I don't know if it's too soon. It's too soon.
Did you listen to the newest Fearless in Devotion?
I did not.
They were discussing figures that were very interesting. They said they got their hands on the figures for the COP, the build costs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
From last year, and they broke it down.
Yeah, I listened to that.
So that is really interesting. And the question is, we have changed the structure of the company for the 5%.
Yes.
And there was speculation who has that 5%. Was it given to Harvey? And so on as part of their deal? Or was it now potentially actually somebody bought into the company so that they could help fund the COP? But because the government is paying so much money towards the COP, it's a massive value increase into the club in the future. So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody paid 10 million or 8 million or whatever to get a 5%. Like, let's say one of his friends wanted to buy in.
That's going to happen in the future, and I do think that's a big reason why they did the Alpine thing, was to ensure that they've got investors down the road. But I mean, that 5%, I'm 99% certain was just given to Harvey and Kerr. As far as they've made the statement in their they made their statement in the financial in their financials that they will continue to provide equity to those who have unique talents and who support the club. And so who does that fit right now? That's who it fits. It was interesting. The structure did change. They added a holdings company, which is now the sort of the sub-parent. You've got McReynolds at 95%, likely 2 incorporated entities owned by Harvey and or Kerr. And then you've got holdings now below that all 3 of those have shares in. And so that then flows down to. So there was a corporate structure change. Doesn't matter really. No, other than they've set up their mechanism as to how they're going to reward equity going forward to people.
Yeah, not really. Obviously, from a football point of view, we would have preferred someone to come in as an investment and buy that 5% rather than just giving it to Harvey. And
amen.
But that's their wages, whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So I've got my. Yours has started and underway, and I'm getting close to starting here with the Morecambe game. Ivan, you're good to go, and the mic's all working?
Yeah, I think I'm good. Are you guys all right?
Oh, yeah, we're awesome. So the run for everybody as we go through this, and we haven't done this before, is we're probably just going to give insight as to who's on the pitch, who's not, who's playing well, who's not, the flow of the game, run through the FOTMOB stats as we go through this. Brendan's got an issue with some iFollow stuff, and so he's going to do that. If he can't do it, I'll pick that game up. And where somebody's in a scoring threat, penalty, corner, all that sort of stuff, we'll figure it out and just kind of give a score update. So not underway here. We're underway at Knott's MK Dons. Ivan, where are you at?
Just about to start, yeah.
So this is exciting. We're all cheering for Knott's. We're cheering for the Shrimps. We've got the Wombles on go, and there may be some people joining in here. And if people have poll questions and that sort of stuff, feel free to let us know. I guess that's probably the first one. I'll let maybe one of you guys take over. You can tell us what you're seeing, if anything at all. And I want to put a poll up here as to if we had our choice. So go ahead and somebody take over from me for 5.
My game hadn't started yet, but from what I can see, I know that the game, the Notts County game, got called off. Here, the pitch, Stockport Wimbledon game, the pitch is in beautiful condition. And the teams are just about to kick off. So yeah, excited for that game. Actually, would like to see how Stockport does against Wimbledon, because last game they absolutely destroyed MK Dons.
I'm enjoying this.
We just had a corner there. Knott's went for a short corner as usual, then swung the ball in afterwards. Nice chance, but they didn't get on the end of it. It's very touchy already. The ref is already calling people for pushing each other on the corners and stuff. And again, he's after calling something.
Wow. So I'm only 17 seconds in here, and it's...
What the hell happened there? So there's an MK Dons player down in the box when the ball was up the other end of the pitch completely. Weird.
And no play over on that end right at the start of the game.
The ball was gone. completely up the other end of the field. The camera's gone, following the ball. Next, the ref blows whistle.
So we need TV coverage where they're going to have the cameras everywhere. And which just reminded me, is Crewe the one that's got the horrible pitch? No, that was the camera angle that was up over top. Is that what Brendan's going to have to deal with? Are we making him? Are they all at home? It just made me have a flashback. I'm a minute in. It's been all Barrow possession, but really nothing threatening. So they're doing their thing.
Hello to the local pundit in the chat. And sorry, I thought that the Notts County game was called off. Was it?
No, Mansfield.
No, I'm on the Notts.
Right, sorry, Mansfield game. That's the one. Yeah. Sorry. You guys know that it's 3 a.m, right? For me.
I didn't know that. Powering through, dude.
No, I just woke up like five minutes ago.
We appreciate it. Oh man, the stuff that this team does to people. We've got people waking up to watch non-Wrexham teams play in. It's maddening. It's maddening. Good on you, Ivan.
What can I say? I love you guys. I love you.
So you guys, you're underway there though, yeah, in the Stockport game?
Yeah, no, we're in just under 2 minutes in. Nothing happening for now. Teams are sort of feeling each other out. Most of the game is happening in the center. Just a lot of possession so far from Wimbledon, but nothing dangerous.
I'm just going to jump in. I think we're getting a corner here. Had a breakdown and a giveaway by Barrow and turned it over to Morecambe, who ran down the entire length of the field. And I really should have the numbers up for this one, as I don't at the moment. And I'll have to open up my FOTMOB. But we're going to get a corner over on this side from the right. Looks like it's going to be a left-footed in-swinger with all the bodies coming forward.
Free kick by Wimbledon from a long way out. Let's see what happens.
Up. Short banging around. It's still in the box, and it's in. That was an ugly goal that pinballed around, and Stokes adds it. Morecambe goes up 1-0. It's good news early. Good news nice. Early. And so that just the play down was a lazy sort of giveaway on the right-hand side, and they pushed it down the entire side of the pitch, and that was Brown who had the opportunity and wasn't able to connect on the pass. And then here, this one, the corner comes in and bounces around on about 3 different defenders. It's all there in their legs. And then it was number 15, Stokes, the center back, who just snuck his foot in. Header off of a player, not cleared by number 19. Goalkeeper, I don't even know what he was doing, flailing. And it just got poked into the net. And so I got to change my scoreboard. So let's figure out how to do that. Sheldon, what happened?
Keeper went down on one knee. He was trying to clear the ball, had a slip, and then got back up and cleared it as an attacker was running in on him. There is going to be goals in this match. It is end to end. They just haven't got on the end of it yet. They both look nervy when there's players up in the box. But MK Dons is attacking as a unit. So when they get up there, they're going to be dangerous. But they've only gotten up there once seriously. And Notts just had an offside there where they almost got a ball straight from their defence right up the line. So there's going to be goals here.
Good stuff.
My game is relatively boring so far. Nothing much is happening.
If they play to a 0-0 draw and you have to suffer at 3 o'clock in the morning, as much as that sucks for you, I will take a 0-0 draw.
Absolutely. Sorry, Ivan.
The thing is that Stockport, from what I can see, they're playing 4-5-1. So they started 4-5-1. I think they just feeling the Wimbledon out, and once they understand which venue they're going to go down to, whether it's center or one of the flanks, they're going to change to 4-3-3. From what I understand, just the way things go.
They scored so early, I got no stats up on mine. I do have stats up. So we're still only on 2 shots. There's 50-50 possession. Everything's equal, right, all the way down as far as passing goes, possession goes. It's just that one breakdown, well, 2 breakdowns. The one that allowed it to go all over, potential card here. That was...
Oh! No, cut out. Oh, that was close. Notts' defense is very, very nervy. Ball came through, almost split them with an attacker running on top of it, but they just got to it.
And
I've MK again.
I've got Brendan in the background. I'm just going to change the score. Go ahead, Sheldon.
Yeah, the attack's over now, but again, MK Dons are chasing everything down. They are looking up for this. So first goal here may be important, but I still think there's going to be multiple goals.
You've just cursed yourself to having a 0-0.
Maybe. I don't care if it's a 0-0.
Yeah,
0-0 is fine. But it's interesting to watch. They are both up for it. Reminds me very much of the last match we just watched.
I'm just going to add Brendan in here. I think we got the audio stuff sorted. And so, Brendan, fingers
got
crossed.
A head on
how are you?
Outside.
How's everyone doing today?
We're good. So now we've got all four running. This is exactly what I was hoping for. You've got the Crewe Forest Green match, and you're probably underway there.
Yeah, about 7.5 minutes in. Both teams very active. No one's got a shot off. Foul. Free kick right now for Forest Green. No one's really threatened at all. Hasn't even come close. Active game though. Both teams seem into it.
Well, I'm enjoying that. I've maybe got the most exciting game so far. Well, I guess no. Notts County MK Don sounds like it's back and forth. Long shot over there, but easily collected. It's been back and forth, and the guys are going at it here, and already up 1-0. W&G with some score updates. Sutton up on Swindon. That's an important game for both teams really. And Tranmere and Colchester are already pinching, and those bottom teams are scrapping for sure. More points from the bottom of the table than I've seen all year long.
Notts on the attack again. Oh, multiple chances, but bad final ball in.
I don't know if the poll's going to show up on the local pundit, but I did add one on my channel just asking if a team had to lose today, you could only pick one team out of the four that are playing to lose. Who would it be? For me, I'm actually going to go with you. I think everybody's going to say Stockport and go on in the championship. You say the Dons? Yeah. I want Barrow. I think Barrow's the biggest threat to making the top three and over the Dons, but we can fight about that later.
Yeah, I know Barrow do have the games in hand. Oh! Nice attack there. Tried to do a cutback and got knocked out for a corner. No, goal kick, actually. Oh, attack again.
By the way, 3 a.m. is dedication. Thanks, Father.
Thank you, Brendan. Yeah. So far the game is definitely not quite worth it, but they will wake up.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm at my doctor's appointment, so.
Well, hopefully nobody clicks up on either of our streams from work and ends up finding you and going, "Hey, what the hell is this?"
I can tell Wimbledon is doing the worst version of Wrexham when they just lump the ball forward and trying to win the second ball.
That's old Wrexham, Ivan. That's old Wrexham.
We have the best.
Yeah,
could show up. And
actually, do you want to change my name there? Because I'm the only one with a weird sort of 0-0 system. Everybody else did it the same.
Oh, yeah, I can take care of that. How did I set it up for everybody else?
From what I can see here on the background, there's very few fans at this match for Notts, so I'd be interested to see the attendance. I think their attendance is just falling through the floor. Now they have nothing to play for. Their fans are very unhappy.
Now that we're underway here, for everybody that's here, whether it be on the local pundit or on the Red Horde, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button wherever you're at as well. But hit the like button, let the algorithm know that we're out doing our thing and people are liking what we've got. As we're collecting people. And if you're on Twitter, I know that I believe both of us have posted that we're doing this. So go ahead and watch that. As Barrow got its first sniff into the box, and we're just past the 10-minute mark, and that's nothing really. It was just a lazy ball in. I would say that Morecambe's got a slight advantage as to run of play here. Just eyes on.
Yeah, Stockport is slowly setting shop in Wimbledon's half, and Wimbledon is literally defending for their
He's in
lives.
clear. I've got an opportunity. Empty net. Goalkeeper goes down. It's 2-0 Morecambe. Giveaway. Stolen ball. Goes in. Farman comes out to try to challenge for Barrow. Completely splays himself. Goes out of the question. And how do you do? It's Edwards just dinks over to the left and plops that one in. And I've got the lopsided and fun one to watch here. It was just a bad play by the center back and got his pocket pick. That was Chester. What a great name. You deserve that.
The Sean Jinx is on every time you talk to me about something.
So now cue the Barrow comeback. Is that how this works? Good stuff.
Yeah, the reason I would have picked MK Dons to lose today if I could only choose one is because they're right behind us on the league table, irrelevant of the games in hand, and it looks better. People are happier. People are more comfortable seeing the numbers being apart, even if it's not technically true. Because I love looking at the numbers on a match played basis and looking at everybody perfectly even to see where they are. But everybody else just follows what the table looks like. So, plus it's nervy to win 2 or 3 extra games in hand when you need to.
Morecambe is taking over.
I have far screen on a breakaway here. Wide open in the middle. Wide open. Score! Far screen.
Hey!
Yes.
Let's go.
If this is what happens when the 4 of us unite. Let's do
Come
this
on,
all
Knots.
the time.
Do your part.
So just about a minute ago, Wimbledon had a chance on a counter attack with a long ball. The Stockport defender threw the Wimbledon's player on the ground with a wrestling throw, literally a wrestle throw. No yellow. There was a free kick given. The ball went in the box, and the Stockport this time the Stockport County defender got kneed in the face. It was a deliberate like Muay Thai knee kick right to the face. So the game is looking more like an MMA fight so far, and I'm actually enjoying it right now. So
good stuff. Brendan, as far as that breakaway, how did that end up happening? Did lost ball?
There was a lobbed kick down the sideline. The Crewe player misplayed a tricky high ball. It was a 2-on-1, and far screen. The guy that won on the far side kicked it to a far screen player streaking down the middle. He had the goalie dead to rights. Goalie came out and he put it right between his legs. Pretty easy play. He could have gone left. He could have gone right. It would have, he had all the time in the world. It was a definite goal.
Oh, God, we're going with slapshot quotes again in the chat. Old-time hockey, Eddie Shore. Tinfoil on the knuckles because you were referencing it in the day. Tinfoil it up. I'm listening to the song. If you guys haven't seen the movie Stockport, or nobody has, probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest, ice hockey movies of all time. Just watch it. You don't have to be a hockey fan to enjoy it. It's old school. It's fun.
Not Stockport. Slapshot.
Oh!
We had
Sorry, there was a corner for Crewe, and it was horribly misplayed. And Crewe had it dead to rights turn, kicked it into the keeper, just essentially sprawled out on the ground, and it didn't bounce over him. I mean, it was from like 3 feet away. He never should have missed it, and we got lucky there.
Sheldon, you're going to have to tell us what that was all about.
Yeah, the Knots have slowed it down. They've been playing the ball around the back, passing and passing like they usually do, lulling everybody to sleep. And then all of a sudden, the ball straight up the sideline, and they got to one of their own players, and he got in for a lovely shot, but couldn't finish it. And MK Dons are looking really nervous now. Knots are keeping the possession everywhere. So this is getting interesting now.
Standard Knots procedure. Though.
Yeah, but they're getting up for attacks, though.
Well, good. All right. There's hope. Wrexham started well, Hugh says. Go ahead, Ivan.
Stockport set up shop in Wimbledon's half, passing, cycling, recycling. Wimbledon defending relatively successfully. Every time they get the ball, they just launch a long ball to one of their strikers. And that's pretty much how the game goes.
Excellent. I don't know if you guys have the FOTMob stats up, but every once in a while, I'm watching the Morecambe Barrow game, and we're 16 minutes in. So just as an update, it's 60% possession for Morecambe, 1.42 expected goals to 0, 3 total shots to 0, 2 shots on target to 0, 2 big chances to 0, 81 passes to 45, and only 1 corner, and potentially a yellow, not even a foul. Interesting. I thought he got a thigh in there. It's shrimps all day. In this one.
In the chat there, who called us neutral? Of course we're not neutral. We're all Wrexham based.
I put the word neutral, but I think I put it in quotes. It's actually the title that I put was that's on me being a smart ass.
I looked down and it's gone.
Goal.
Shit. MK Dons broke through.
Well, you'll have to tell us what happens.
I had no idea because I looked down to look at this and missed it. I'll check the replay now.
Yeah, get
Notts
back to
County defense again by the look of this. But let's see.
Crewe with another corner. They just missed a goal. Good defense by Forest Green. Tipped it away at the last second. Goalie was out of place.
Oh, wow. Throw in by MK Dons. Got to their player. 2 players around them. Couldn't dispossess him of the ball. Took a shot from outside the box. Straight across the keeper. Into the corner. Long shot. Power place.
Long shot
straight through all the defense. Keeper couldn't get to it. Up to his right hand side. Lovely goal. But MK Dons. Now we'll see what happens. This is the Notts County that we've been seeing for the last 4 weeks.
Did someone use Notts County in defense in the same? Oh, I've got Barrow into the box here. First threat right there. Shots coming. Blocked. Cleared away. Whoo.
Crewe just had several good chances. They're putting on tons of pressure. Forest Green is barely hanging on with their defenders coming back to save what would be easy goals with last-second tips. It's largely Crewe's possession game, 64% to 36%. 2 shots on goal in 1 score.
Nick says it was unfortunately beautiful, so he's also with you, Sheldon, watching that Notts MK Dons game is Nick Donlan.
Oh, it was a great shot. It was a lovely shot.
I got a free kick coming up. Wimbledon has taken it very far away, just outside of center circle. So see what happens there. Nothing happens.
I will say this one's interesting to me, the Barrow Morecambe match, because I wonder if they track these stats somewhere. More sliding tackles than I've seen in most matches. Like it's almost desperation by both teams. Like they're wound up. Bodies are flailing. It's an exciting one to watch.
So I don't know what's the significance of playing on Monday here. Is it recognized
Easter Monday?
Easter is a holiday, so they give you the Monday off kind of thing if it happens because it falls on a weekend. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, a lot of people will be off Friday and Monday, so they play on the Friday and the Monday, both sides of the holiday.
It's a tough weekend. This is the weekend I was supposed to be over in England, queuing up and for the Donny match, and I'm not. I'm very happy to be with you guys, but I would rather be going to a match tomorrow. Next season.
So why didn't you go? What happened?
We're right on the cusp of being able to get our apartment back after a fire 2 years ago. And so we're waiting for occupancy and they give 30 days notice. And there were rumors they were going to be ready for May. So couldn't justify going because, it is what it is. Barrow is just going to take their first corner here. So I'll watch this one. It's going to be a right-footed in-swinger from the left-hand side as the Barrow players come running forward, trying to scratch back and claw into this one. Whitfield's going to take it with the in-swinger. High ball over right-hand side, easily cleared up out of everyone, out of danger. Not much to it. Too high. One of those floaters that just made it easy for the taller center back to get underneath it and clear it out.
MK Dons just had a run into the box there. Took the shot, but it got sent out for a corner. So they're corner coming here.
Yeah, Swirly just commented about Rotherham. I'm Rotherham. Maybe like my
Taken short.
aunt-in-law is in Rotherham, so I'm sure that'll be a go-to. And I haven't looked at Sheffield Wednesday coming down, because that would be another one. Assuming we go up, Sheffield, maybe Wednesday coming down, maybe. Yeah, it's all there. So if you guys have any comments on what you'd like to hear, what you'd like to see, if this is good for everybody, I'm enjoying this, getting a little taste. This is way better than sitting and watching the Google scoreboard and just trying to figure out what's going on. Barrow is starting to assert itself more. I don't think this is too early. Morecambe's not really settling back. This is Barrow just getting more possession and sniffing around as they're going to get another corner here.
Wow. Shot from Knots from 30 yards out. Rattled the post. Oh, they're in. Oh, and again, they got into the box. Another shot cleared away. Oh.
You are going to get goals.
Yeah, we are definitely going to get goals. Now, MK Dons is on the counter. And the defense looks to be nervous again. Free kick to MK Dons, taken down by the midfield.
I just snuck in. We had a corner here. Barrow took another a right-footed in-swinger that was a much better ball, but it's cleared away, and they're still sniffing around the box before it just got cleared.
That was
I'm watching.
Go on.
I'm watching a classic League Two game from the 90s. It's like a gong show, goon hockey in football version of goon hockey.
The Crewe game, Crewe is putting on a lot of pressure. They have 4 shots. They blasted a few. The defense keeps knocking it down. The Forest Green defenders are doing everything they can to clear the balls out after it's ping-ponging around. You just keep waiting to see it go in. They're bicycling, kicking it back out. It feels inevitable that Crewe's going to score. They're pressuring a ton, and they're diving a lot, trying to get calls. The referee, though, hasn't been falling for it most of the time, but they're really bad actors. They're pressing really hard. But Forest Green, the hope is that Forest Green's going to get it, because they'll get a counter every few minutes going back the other way, and Forest Green will have numbers. So that's obviously their game, I'm guessing. They seem to really pack it in, and then all of a sudden they'll explode out with a counter, and they'll have numbers. So that's what they've been doing.
My game's turned on its head. Just before, about 10 minutes ago, I was saying I'm at the 24th minute here. Just 10 minutes ago, I said this was all Morecambe possession, and that's already flipped to 54%, 46%. Barrow's getting its shots.
Score!
They've had...
Sorry.
Take over. Tell us what happened.
It was a corner. It was a great play. They have a monster of a guy the size of Flint on Forest Green, and it was a corner from the far side. Hooked it in. It was a great header, and it bounced off of another player's chest after the header, and in. So it was a good deflection. The corner was delayed, but it was from that counter that I was saying. Like they now have 3 shots, 2 goal. 3 shots, 2 in for goals, and the other was not on target. So they're very, very efficient right now today, but 2-0.
Thank you, vegans everywhere. Bless you.
Yeah, there's not many times I'm going to say that.
No, exactly, not me.
They'll still go down, so I don't mind.
Well, right now at the bottom of the table, that's Sutton's pulled itself out. Ooh, blocked shot right in the box and a save. Ooh. Barrow's there. This is on. Like 10 minutes ago, I thought Barrow looked, not up for it, but they've really turned the needle and they're turning the screws to the Shrimps. Bottom of the table right now, Sutton is ahead. Forest Green is ahead. Colchester, with its draw, are sitting 1-1, has fallen into 23rd. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, Knots are still playing here. They actually have more of the ball as usual, but they're getting up there. They had a lovely cross in and a header. It just went off target. They couldn't finish it. So they're not out of this.
Goal
I'm just going to jump
again!
in.
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
Forest Green.
Is it 3-0?
A great, just absolutely incredibly precise pass into the box. There was 3 Crewe defenders, 1 Forest Green player standing by himself, in an incredible pass, and he just heads it in with ease.
Just one thing, I'm just going to jump in. Thanks for that, Brendan. As far as spoilers, we're going to have some latency getting to you guys. We're going to be behind and a little bit slow. I know everybody's chatting. If you're watching one of the 4 games or you're getting flash updates, just keep it till it rolls through from us, right? If you get them, only to just keep the suspense, and then people can hear exactly what's happening. Appreciate all of the updates on all of the other games. Keep those going, and if you're watching, feel free to chat away. Just try and keep the spoilers away a little bit. Not as important as the other matches involving Wrexham, but for this one, go ahead. So 3-0 Forest Green. Brendan bringing all of the luck.
So Stockport has very good skills in possession. The short pass game and the little rondos they set up in spells is very, very good. But the pitch is getting more and more slippery as it's raining, and but it does look that the Stockport is going to score at some stage. But yeah, so far a relatively uneventful game. A couple of half chances, but that's about it.
The Crewe game's very sunny. Looks like great weather there.
Oh, the pitch looks impeccable in Morecambe. I haven't looked at the weather in Mansfield.
Mad Al hoping that FGR don't turn up at Wrexham when they play us.
Well, it'd be nice if one way or the other FGR is able to, by the time they get to us, figure out whether they're going to be in it or playing for nothing, right?
Yeah, I think they'll be out by the time they get to us.
Sean, what's the goal difference with Crewe? Is this good that Forest Green's laying it on? How close are we?
Yeah, I mean, we'll take it, but they're 13 goals behind with 5-6 games left. It's going to be tough to make that difference up. Really, I don't think goal difference for the teams in the top 3 is going to be an issue. We're the lowest at 24. Stockport and Mansfield, it matters. But then once you get into the playoff, the teams currently in the playoffs, they're sitting at 15, 13, 10. Unless the Dons lay the boots to everybody, it's probably not going to be an issue for anybody behind. Barrow with a chance just outside the 18-yard box and then pulled down. That should have been a foul, and I wouldn't call that a yellow card, but that was one of those standard ones where you got the guy in the back of the legs and brought him down. But we'll take it as Morecambe and the Shrimps look to clear. There's a question for you, Ivan, in the chat. Is Wimbledon playing all D, or are they going for goals too?
Oh, break. We've got a break.
Oh,
What was that? He tried to lob the keeper from just outside the box. The keeper was barely off his line. I'm like, what are you doing?
to answer the question, all D. Every time they get the ball, it's a lump forward. Yeah, Wimbledon is not looking too good at all.
Time's flying in this one.
The possession literally looks like 80-20 to Stockport.
Got a yellow card here going to Campbell on Barrow. didn't see the challenge because I was looking over off to see the Stockport County thought mob. But I'll have a look and report in.
Forest Green got fouled right on the line, right on the edge of the box. They're getting a free kick right there. Could have, it was inches away from being a penalty kick.
I got a free kick about 23 yards out over on the right-hand side here from Morecambe. That was Campbell. It was a lazy challenge, just stuck his left leg in and from behind and took out the legs of the attacking player. And I believe that was the goal scorer from the first goal, the pinball goal, Edwards.
Oh! Wow. The Notts defender messing about with the ball and being surrounded by MK players. They got him to knock it out for a corner. Clear the ball.
Free kick by Forest Green. They hooked it around the wall. Hit the goalie right in the chest. Solid catch.
The entire
70
Wimbledon team is defending, literally in their third.
Header off that right, just missed.
Chaos.
Is it in? Is it not?
Oh, how'd they knock that down? Forest Green had a chance. Somehow one of the defenders got a piece of it playing goalie because the keeper was out. Wow.
I'm watching. Oh, sorry, Brendan. I didn't mean to cut you off. Ivan, I'm looking at the thought mob for Stockport County. 74% possession of 26. Only 3 shots though, and 162 passes. Are they actually? Is Stockport working it up, or is it just all control in the back?
Because the entire Wimbledon is sitting in their box, they just passing the ball around the box, trying to find a literal space between the crowd. So they don't take shots because they can't. There's just too many bodies in the way.
Holding out for a 0-0. We're 32-ish minutes in Stockport.
Oh my goodness! Wimbledon just got a penalty. One of the 3 counterattacks the entire game of the throw-in, and Stockport player pushes Wimbledon guy down to the ground, and it's a penalty.
That's the magic we scripted it. This is scripted.
Let's see what happens here now. Let's see what happens here.
It's brilliant strategy.
Not on the counter.
Yeah, we'll leave it to you.
Okay.
Hit it.
Number 7. Number 7 is taking the penalty for Wimbledon.
Nice.
I'm not sure who that guy is.
Not
Wimbledon. That's going to be Tilly.
Not
There
chasing
we
everything
go.
down. Nicked the ball, and Langstaff got a nice shot in, but it deflected off a defender. Went out.
Okay. Tilly is a left-footed striker, I'm pretty sure. So he's standing on the right of the ball. It's going to be a relatively short run-up. Penalty. 4-step run-up. Here we go.
Knott's got a header there, but couldn't complete it.
Goalkeeper is not jumping around, standing still. That's the set run-up. Shot. Post of the post. They did not score.
My God.
Come on. Wombles, you're killing me. Tilly.
You're killing me, Small.
Idiot. Oh, my goodness. He's
interesting, and I want to look and see if Reeves is taking it. Tilly's not their leading scorer, and they don't really have a set penalty kicker. This is only his 3rd attempt, and he's 1 for 2. Is Reeves playing? Because Reeves not in the lineup. He's probably their go-to, as he's got the best percentage. Not a bunch of penalty kick takers on that roster.
It was a poor penalty. He went keeper's left. Ground shot, and it just kissed the outside of the post. So he really miskicked. He went for placement and just didn't hit the target.
7. This will be 8 penalty kicks for Wimbledon so far this year, and only 3 goals.
Oh.
They need
Practice
to
your
work on that.
penalties.
Yeah. Now that we're done playing them, especially.
Do you know what I want to see? I want to see a team teach their goalie to score penalties, and every penalty goes to the goalie.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Should make that the rule.
I definitely got the gem here. This is an action-packed game. Back, forth, flying around. The defenders have rushed back when there's chaos in the box and got on the line, and they've made more saves than either keeper. Both teams' defenses have made more saves while standing on the line, getting a head or a chest or a bicycle kick leg on it now than the keepers have. That's how crazy everything's been going.
Mine settled back into some level of normalcy. We had the Shrimps with all the control and power and push forward in the first 10, 15 minutes. They score the 2, and then was all Barrow, and now we're into the midfield going back and forth.
Yellow card.
Flag went up here. I think is there a card coming here? Or is this just going to be a free kick? Just a free kick and a stern talking to on another one of those. I said earlier, lots of sliding tackles in my game, and it's now I think as people are getting tired, they're starting to clear people out. Is that one was close to being a yellow card? Anywhere else on the field, maybe it would have been. And I say that just because it wasn't really an attacking position.
Oh.
Yellow card for Norman on MK Downs. MK Downs keeper is down, injured. Didn't see what happened. It was off camera.
That's staying in.
That's one of those ones where I don't think that the Dons have played their other goalkeeper. I'm just looking it up, and that's right. 41 starts for Alex Bass. So if they have to go to their bench, I don't know whether they'll go to who they'd go to, but not a lot of minutes.
Well, if the game stays touchy like this, there's going to be a lot more yellow cards in the second half, I would say.
Just had a shot go over the bar after the entry from that free kick from distance. It was a left-footed entry into the box, and it got headed down and then knocked forward to a Morecambe attacker just outside the box. And then skied, and that was Edwards who scored the second goal, 4 foot over.
Sean, is there a way to turn the volume on the restream down for me only? Say when I'm listening to a different program.
For you only,
because
yes.
I was trying to listen into the commentary, but do I have to do it? Can I do it myself? No. I mean, can I turn down the volume?
I can only
of what
control
I'm
your
hearing?
mic gain. You have to do that on your end via. Well, and I actually don't know how to do that.
I don't think I have any controls for it because I was looking for a volume level for
I'll
me.
poke around.
I don't think there is, but
Yeah, you can do it easily enough on YouTube, but
you can do
but
your
I'm
main
listening
gain.
to the restream itself.
Turn your main gain down, your master gain down, and then turn the YouTube one up, and you should be able to reset that way. It's probably the easiest. Doing this live for the first time, if you're just joining us, as the numbers are going up here, you're on the local pundit, you're on the Red Horde, joining together to watch the matches that matter to Wrexham while we wait for our game against the Donny Rovers tomorrow in beautiful Doncaster. And I have to say that to make sure if my in-laws see this, I don't get in trouble. And so we're watching just around the horn with the update. The Dons are ahead. Sheldon's taking that one. Ivan's watching a snooze fest, Stockport, Wimbledon. Brendan's bringing all the love with a 3-0 Forest Green win, and I've got the Shrimps up 2-0 on Barrow.
and we're in 4 different countries right now, right?
I believe so. Canada, Finland. Ivan, you're in New Zealand and the US, right, for Brendan?
Yeah.
The Wrexham
And
effect.
none of us are watching our actual team. Nice.
Okay, we're at 42 minutes on the clock for me, but there's going to be some extra time with a couple of injuries. So my match will probably finish around the same time as you guys because I started early.
Yeah, I'm at 41-45.
Interesting there, Hugh, given the update that Gillingham went 1-0 up.
I would prefer Gillingham to win that match.
Yeah, I want them to be in it. I want them to keep playing hard.
It would be nice if they were comfortably out of the relegation zone by the time they play us. Or more comfortable anyway.
And Crawley's 2-0 up on Newport, which is interesting for the table as well as they're in that last position. I've got a corner here, right-footed outswinger from the right-hand side, up far post, and then easily headed away.
I would like to have something to talk about, but this is literally it's pinball, head tennis. In possession every now and then. Stockport has a couple of good passes, and that's it. Gong show, like literally gong show.
Barrow had a chance far post. Whitfield tried to get to it. That's Barrow attacker and missed it, spiraled out of control. And last minute, near the end of the half push here, that's probably the closest they've been all game. And I got the questions there from Jake. What's going on with all these matches being played on a bank holiday? I thought that was traditional. Easter Friday, Easter Monday. Yeah, and so if you're from the U.S., I think you're one of the only countries that doesn't have Easter Monday as a bank holiday or a statutory holiday.
Knott's got a corner here. Probably going to take it short.
Yeah, Crewe has the dead center 5 yards outside the box free kick.
Hit it. Hit it. Wasted. Tried to tread a pass through the defense. Couldn't do it.
Come on, Magpies. Never thought I'd say that. Go you pies. Come on.
Yeah, just looking at the stats for all the shots off target, they've had none on target.
Crewe player falls down when he goes to kick the ball and kicks it about 25, 30 yards right of the goal and is lying on the ground on his back flat, just staring up.
44th minute, getting to the wind down time. Won't be a lot of extra time on mine. And it's going to be a corner here for Morecambe on the left-hand side.
Had a lot of pushing and shoving in mine. They handed out at least one set of yellow cards to both sides. Getting a little chippy.
Nice high cross into the box there from Knotts. Keeper came out to claim it, and all the Knotts players just stood there and said, take it. Didn't get around him, weren't looking for a deflection, drop ball, nothing. They're just standing there going, okay, he has it.
Here comes the corner. It's going to be a right-footed in-swinger. Wow, that's horrible. Yeah, a sky ball, far post, and just not threatening right off of his foot. An Elliott Lee corner. Do I go that far?
Yeah, you
Don't
can.
slag our own players. Don't slag our own players.
Yeah. I was thinking that. I said,
We've got great set piece takers and people who can serve up corners, and that's just the one frustrating part. TOC.
Yeah, look, they're okay sometimes, but they're not. Why are they not on them all the time? I guess because they're injured. But we seriously need to up our level of play for set pieces.
The thing is that Elliott Lee, being the shortest guy on the team, should be taking all the set pieces, but it just sucks he can't.
Yeah. How much extra time you got in yours, Sheldon?
4 minutes, and we're almost 2 minutes into it.
Okay. I just turned over. They've at 45 minutes, 2 minutes on mine, so we're ending about the same time, even though we started 2 minutes behind you.
Come on, guys, come on! Oh, too close! Oh.
I'm at 45 minutes now.
Get on it.
So not only did Ivan draw the exciting one, he's got to endure the longest amount of continued play. You'll have 3 minutes to talk about the entire game by yourself.
There
We'll all
is
be finished at
honestly
the end, and there'll be 10 minutes left
nothing
on
to talk about. This is probably one of the worst games I have seen so far this season.
I never asked. You're at Stockport. How's the weather in Stockport?
Raining. It's raining. It's not raining cats and dogs, but it's a decent amount of rain. But the pitch looks okay. It's fast. It's slippery, but not clogged. Stockport with a corner. On the...
Go on! Go on!
No.
Yes! Yes!
Langstaff?
No. Sam Austin. It fell right in front of him. Let's see now. Nice through ball into the box. Who's 7? 7 got it, crossed it right in front of the keeper. Keeper got a toe on it but couldn't stop it. And then Austin got his foot on it, knocked it in for a finish. Yes, 1-1. Right on the buzzer. We're at 3:42.
We are willing this to happen. Come on, Ivan, pick it up.
Yeah.
No. Ivan's is a draw. That's good.
I'll take a draw.
Ivan's a draw.
I think Stockport will score sooner or later, but just the way the teams are playing is, yeah.
I'm at halftime, and Notts County, that's Crowley's number 7.
I still have 30 seconds. Crewe's
4 minutes 20. Come on, Notts. They cannot defend set pieces. Let's see what happens here.
Crewe's going for a corner now. Short corner. Oh, good save by the keeper.
Oh, high ball coming in. No, defended.
Yeah,
Out
halftime.
for a corner, but he blew the whistle. We are at halftime.
Yeah, we're at half at mine.
Half at mine, yeah.
The last minute of extra time, and they drew it 1-1. Nice.
I got 30 more seconds of this disaster.
In fairness, they deserve this. They 1-1, I guess.
So corner, Stockport is taking a left side corner, and that will be the end of the half. But another push and shove happening in the box, and the ref is talking to the players again. Like literally half of the first half, ref had spent talking to the players because they're always fighting, either verbally or physically. But like one yellow card is shown. Yeah.
Aaron's comment, I don't think I've heard Sheldon that excited for a Wrexham game. Well, this is a more casual situation.
Yeah, less business. It's all pleasure now.
Halftime, 0-0.
Do you want to go around with recaps of stats or anything?
Yeah, I can.
If you don't mind, just put me in the background. I'm gonna go get another coffee, and
we'll all take turns. I'll do. We'll let Brendan go. I'll do mine next, and then we'll all run for coffee and do what we need to do to get through, survive the early morning here, especially for Ivan, who's in New Zealand. It's 4:30 in the morning there now. I guess it can't be 4. I guess 3:52 it'll be, getting close to 4. Go ahead. You got the stats up on yours, Brendan, or you want me to start?
No, I have them. Yeah, so obviously Crewe's down 3-0 to Forest Green. The weather's good there. Pitch looks awesome. Decent crowd. It's not packed, but it looks good. Ridiculous energy. They're up and down. Great chances all over the place. Plenty of corners. We're looking at 68% possession for Crewe. They had 6 total shots, 1 on target, it says. Looked like they had more than that. I don't know how they counted when defenders are the ones stopping it, not the goalie stopping it. Even though it was right in front of the goal, I would have figured that's a shot on target, but they don't seem to be counting those unless Spot Mob just needs to be updated. Shots on goal for Forest Green is 7 in 6 on target. They're just not missing. Their chances are phenomenal too. Exciting game. It felt like Crewe was going to score. I don't know how many times. A lot of players hitting the ground all over the place, especially on Crewe trying to drop penalties. Really obvious stuff, and the referee's pretty close when they're taking these dives, so he's not falling for it. They did get a little chippy towards the end of the half. Gave a yellow card to Ryan, who's that? Innes and Elliot Nevitt on the two teams. And I didn't get a chance to mention it because there was other action going on, but Crewe made subs, 2 of them, in the 33rd minute. So they were trying. They realized that was when they were down 3-0 already. So I would expect more subs coming out of half because they're not getting it done, obviously. So that's all I got.
Just to run through the Morecambe and Barrow match here. Morecambe came out, dominated the first third. Barrow took over for the middle third, and then Morecambe started to press back. As far as the total shots go, possessions 48-52 for Morecambe. Slightly more shots, 6-4 for Morecambe. The big difference is basically on the shots on target and the big chances. The initial goal that ended up Totonda scored for Morecambe, a giveaway, counterattack, goes to a corner, and then just pinball wizardry bounced off about 3 defenders. I don't really know what the keeper was doing there. I'd put blame on him. Could have come out and collected ball, ended up getting partway out there, and then thought his defender had it, scrambled, lost it, and it goes in the back of the net. And then the other one was just another bad play by Barrow, their center back, giving it up and danced around the keeper, and that was put in by their attacker Edwards. And so other than that, it's been an exciting game. The weather's good, the pitch is great, both teams are having a swing at each other. It's just been slightly more of an edge for Morecambe on play, just barely, but as far as chances, opportunities, it's been wholly Barrow who's stuffed this one with really 3 mistakes, and it's led to 2 goals. And Sheldon, I don't know if you've got yours up there, but I'll go ahead. And I'm going to go get a coffee while you do that, and then you guys can chat, and we'll all take turns, and I'll get Ivan when he comes back.
Yeah, let me just turn this down for a second. Okay, now I can hear. Yeah, the stats are all in the favour of Notts County. Momentum has been all on their side. They've been holding the ball. They've got 60% possession, if you follow those stats. Expected goals, 1 for Notts and 0.14 for MK Dons, but it's 1-1 at the moment. Total shots, 7 for Notts, 4 for MK Dons. Shots on target, 2 and 2. Big chances, 2 for Notts, 0 for MK. Big chances missed, 1 obviously for Notts. Accurate passing is very high, but it's accurate passing at the back. That doesn't really count too much. 3 corners each, so it's fairly even. MK Dons could easily take this one out. They are dangerous every time they get up to the front of the pitch, to the defence. The defence of Notts County looks, as usual, very, very shaky. Every time there's someone around them, they look like they're about to fall apart. But they've been dominating the game otherwise, and Notts could also take this out. So it's an interesting game, very fun one to watch, and can't wait for the next.
Who scored for Notts, by the way?
For Notts, it was Austin. Sam Austin.
I feel like I know more players on Notts than most any other team. So
yeah. No, it's a really good match. It's a shame what happened to Notts. Obviously, they lost their manager and then brought in their new manager. Their defense was falling apart before they lost their manager. And now what do you do? What do you do with the new guy? He seems, in my mind, to be a puppet for the owners. They wanted to bring someone in lower level who would probably do as he was told, who would follow the structure that they want to have. And that's why I think they're not getting other managers coming in, because they don't want to work with the owners. The owners know what they want. They want a manager to basically just do as they're told. So this is what they get. Now, do they stay with him even if they draw/lose most of the remaining matches? Maybe, because then you dump half your squad and start again. Or do they actually think that he was good enough and now he's showing that he's not good enough? And will they get rid of him and start again? Who knows?
So I thought Notts was a team that had a decent amount of money, right? And
Yes,
I was really surprised at how little they did during the January window and not bringing in defenders. I mean, they
did not show
obviously
up
knew
defense.
they had the worst defense in the league or pretty close, and they were still playing well. They hadn't really dropped too far back yet, but they had to know that that's what they had to address, and they didn't do it. I was absolutely shocked. I kept waiting for a big signing or a couple of big signings. It needed to be more than one, I thought. And
well,
that nothing really took place there. So.
At the time, they were pretty much leading the league on goals scored. So they did not have too much problem scoring. And then in January, they bought Jata, 150,000-ish, I think, to bring him in. A young forward from the other team that they have a part ownership in. So people were questioning that he is buying from his own team or part-owned team. And then they did nothing for defense, So the new manager comes in, he tells everybody, I'm going to tweak things. So by that, everybody assumed he's going to tweak defense, make them a little bit better, and the attack is going to stay the same. Well, the attack fell apart. They stopped scoring goals, but the defense didn't change, and they kept losing goals. So now they're completely screwed. Well, they're not screwed. They're not going down. But next year, if things don't change, they're in big trouble.
I'm just going to bring
up.
up.
You guys want to hear the details of my game?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hit us with it.
73-26 possession, one shot on target from both teams the entire half. One, and altogether only 4 shots from both teams. 3 for Stockport, 1. So that's counting the penalty that Wimbledon took. They missed the shot, so it's not even on target. So the amount of 15 fouls altogether.
Wow.
Serious fouls though, like they were quite big. Aerial duels won 50-50, so there's a lot of head tennis. One yellow card, even though it's a gong show, only 1 yellow card is shown. So exciting game.
Interesting. It's I just had the scores out there. I would like all of the games to end right now if we could have that, please, because this is pretty damn close to the perfect outcome. If it stays like this through another 45 plus, I'd be happy. I mean, just to put it into perspective, is Wrexham would be with a win would move top. They would be 5 points clear of 4th place in the auto promotions. And Barrow and Crewe slipping down. It's starting to look as positive on a go forward. That game tomorrow's, I mean, it was good. It's big anyway, but it's now, it's as far as asserting ourselves, this would be a good one. But what do? You've got our 2 of the hottest teams going, and Donny's the hottest recently as far as their form goes. Man. This whole run-in thing is madness. And I will say, and Josh, I know he's eavesdropping into Ivan, and when Sheldon comes back here, I'll bring him back in. Oh, I see him getting ready. Well, the 16th, we're going to be doing this potentially again, right? Because there's going to be Notts playing who are they playing on the 16th? Anyway, there's going to be 2 relevant matches on the 16th. So this could be another feature that we bring forward on a go forward. I think I'm getting the replay of the goals previously.
Do you know how many passes Wimbledon completed in the attacking third?
Well, I can bring up the stats and tell you.
No. Like, would you like to guess how many passes Wimbledon had completed in the attacking third?
90 to 100. That's
30.
Wimbledon. 16.
No.
16. 1-6.
Wow.
Well, I guess we're
Colchester playing Tranmere even. I'm seeing all the scores pop up. Walsall 1-0 over Salford. Sutton up 1-0 over Swindon.
I like Kim's comment 1. It felt like it.
It's an interesting. You want to talk about games that matter, and then people playing dead rubbers and not really playing for anything. I mean, if you look at how the results are on the table right now, you've got the 3 teams at the bottom. 2 of them are leading. Colchester's in a draw. Then you get to the teams that are in 7th to 11th who are trying to get into a playoff spot. Gillingham, Crawley, Morecambe, Walsall, all sitting at 3 points. Wimbledon sitting 0-0. And then you look between 12th and 21st. Mind you, the Bradford City's game's already over and ended in a draw. But you've got Newport behind, Harrogate behind, Swindon behind, Salford behind, and then Accrington canceled Donny tomorrow. So let's hope that Donny sleeps on this one. They got nothing to play for. Their season's over. But if it follows the trend tomorrow,
sorry, I will just address the comment by Channel Up 608, who is my fellow New Zealander. Yes, my sleep patterns have changed ever since I started watching Wrexham, and especially going online with Josh. So I used to wake up at 05 roughly anyway, just to do my workouts in the morning. But now I'm up at stupid hours, and my family is I think they quietly resenting me already.
I will say there was a question that was there about Mansfield's game being rescheduled. I haven't heard anything, but I would be shocked if it's not at on the 16th. And that's because the 23rd they're going to end up with 3 games to wind down the season. The last one against Barrow. So plus they want to leave that open in case there's another cancellation. So I'd be shocked if the Mansfield Accrington game isn't postponed to the Tuesday the 16th. But we shall see. About to get underway on my end, and I'm going to bring Sheldon in here.
It's a bummer that because I was supposed to do the Mansfield game, I brought this kind of luck to the Mansfield game. That would have been really good, right?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. We can still bring you in on the 16th if you're willing to go to the doctors.
I feel something coming on.
So we are underway. I'm 15 seconds in, and Barrow's coming out with early possession and sniffing around the box right off from the hop. And the longer this goes, the better it is for Wrexham and for the Shrimps.
I am just underway.
The biggest thing is, Sheldon, if you could just control the goals on that one more than anything else, I'll take another Magpies goal, and then we'll just stop that game.
I think Sheldon is muted.
I was muted, yeah. That's about that. Yeah, what I was saying is on the Notts County stand on the opposite side that we can see, there's 9 sections and only 4 of them are in use. They are way down on attendance. Way down. Then again, what would happen at Wrexham if we had nothing to play for?
Yeah, it's an interesting question.
I don't
think it'd be that drastic. I don't think it'd be that drastic. But I mean, that's sports everywhere. When a team is not doing well, attendance goes down.
See you later, Deandra.
Yep.
Cheers, Deandra. Have a good one. And thanks. I think this is going all right, to be completely fair. I mean, not the highest viewership that's out there or anything like that, but that's fine. First time having a crack at it, and
I'm surprised there are still people in the stand. In the stand. Honestly, I would have gone home. Like, yeah, this is ridiculous.
We're 2 minutes in, and Morecambe is slow and methodical, and Barrow is rushing all over the pitch, and that was just a horrible giveaway. Morecambe, who's number 15? Bad pass the other way, and he has the audacity to scream at his own defender. Stokes, is he getting a card for that one? Yes, he is. So I had a kick out of bounds. They could throw it back in. The defender gets beat, turns around, and then runs 2 steps and swipes his legs out. So we're going to get a free kick from a dangerous position here, maybe 20 yards out over on the left-hand side for Barrow.
We're on the way here in Stockport.
My game picked right up where it left off. It's all action all the time. Guys colliding, balls going back and forth, great saves, dives, tremendous shots. It's very exciting. One of the best games I've seen this year.
So this is interesting. Only 23 yards out, but it's just outside the 18-yard box. Only a 2-man wall. And it's going to be Campbell with the left foot for Barrow. I would have put at least one more in the box there. It's threatening. And instead, we're going to have a chit-chat for pushing and shoving on the opposite side of the pitch.
I need some serious drugs to be able to do this again.
We all got to choose the game that we wanted. Well, except for Brendan. He had Mansfield and then had to do this one as a fill. And here's the entry into the box and easily collected. Sort of a non-threatening ball that got too close to the keeper, and the keeper just collected it. And away it goes. 2-0, 49th minute. Morecambe still leading Barrow.
Great shot great play by Crewe. They had it in the box, and great shot, just hooked wide by about 2 feet. There's so many of them, I just have to. I'm not even calling most of the shots out and most of the attempts.
How do they look out of the half in knots, Sheldon?
Goal. How's it looking? Goal.
More often.
No. MK Dons came out and restarted with fire. They were taking the ball everywhere. They were challenging everything. And Knots have just slowly started coming back. And up the wing, kick in off the back line. And Jata got up. Huge jump in the air. Header straight in past the keeper. That's what they bought him for. But they could score goals before him. So now
we love you, Magpies. We do.
Sorry, I really have to say I like Nick's comment.
I don't know anyone in New Zealand.
Yeah, that's when I said I need some serious drugs. I'm like, sorry, I don't know anybody in New Zealand.
Oh, that's what it was about. I lived there for a year, but I was 15, so I can't be your source.
Where did you live?
Taranaki, Opanaki. Loved it. I was back there, and that was actually I went down for a wedding down in Dunedin, and it was on the flight back in the airport that I matched on a dating app with my wife. So I got appreciation for New Zealand because it was good for me when I was young, and it was good for me coming back.
Is your wife Kiwi?
No, she's English. I Tindered the hell out of Vancouver while I was flying through.
Gotcha.
Good shot after the play here.
Okay.
Into the box here with Jordan Slew, all the way to the end line. He's going to get a corner there on a block shot. I will say this about Jordan Slew. I was impressed out of all the Morecambe players, and there weren't very many. He was arguably the most involved, if not the best for Morecambe, and he's stirring the drink in this one.
Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it.
Wow. Another rocket of a shot came in just slightly outside the post. I think that was Langstaff, well outside the box, and he just leathered it and barely missed.
Going to be a left
on strong here.
Going to be a left-sided corner for me. It'll be a right-footed in-swinger to the box, and it's just being served up here. Is Morecambe still moving lots of bodies forward, and that's That's the third corner I've seen, and it just too high and too easy for the center backs to get underneath it. I want to see a flatter entry.
What's the D-Bay with a yellow card for Forest Green? Getting a little chippy. Or a lot chippy now. Corner for Crewe.
Nick was asking for a time sync with me, so I am at 50, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46.
I'm not exaggerating. Even when I played Sunday leagues for fun, I played better games than this.
I'm looking at your stats, Ivan, just for fun. Expected goals for Stockport 0.15, for Wimbledon 0.79. It's 256 passes to 44 passes total for Wimbledon, and we're looking at a total of 4 shots on goal, 52nd minute, 4 shots on goal and only 1 on target. That's
when I played higher level. I definitely played better games than this. But even Sunday leagues, I have played better games than this.
And the
this
weather there, is it a torrential downpour? The wind being nasty?
It's just drizzling, like on and off. It's not bad. If anything, it's perfect football weather.
Okay, we have
You need to try. You need to try to actually play that bad.
Horrible corner. Straight out to the other side.
Yeah.
No one there.
Don's got the comment, if you got to watch a snoozer, it's best to be a Stockport game where they don't get a full 3.
Yeah, still not too bad.
Let's just call an extra time screamer by Wimbledon completely outside of the run of play. Something weird just happened. Leave the day at that, and we'll call it.
Yeah.
The Morecambe Barrow match, just it's a battle in the midfield right now. Barrow had one brief opportunity, but not much happening, which is good for us, as Morecambe's already up 2-0.
Wimbledon now at negative passing accuracy.
37% pass accuracy.
Oh.
I love the sound effects, especially without no context. What happened there, Brandon?
It was a crazy play by Crewe. The goalie was standing up, and again, he had to make a play from a guy 2-3 yards away, and he kick saved it with his right foot. Should have been a goal again. I mean, Crewe could have had 3 or 4 goals easily. And it's just there's only been like one regular save in this whole game. Everything else has been one that you're like, kind of shocked by.
What's interesting go ahead.
I was going to say, Ivan, I told you not to watch this game. You should have picked something else.
Oh, man. Shut up.
Okay, I'll let everybody else in on the joke. I told him to watch that match.
Oh,
controversial head knock here.
I would.
Morecambe player down, alleging a head knock, and Barrow is on a counter attack, pushing forward, and the Morecambe player is down. Is it Slew? Oh, is he stretching a cramp? It's like that's the best flop I've ever seen. Oh, he did get cleared out pretty good though. To be completely fair, the Barrow announcers are going sideways, but he got cleared out pretty good. Down on the ground in pain, Barrow counterattacking, have numbers, and they blow it down late, and that ekes everybody off. I will say this, just talking, Brendan, about your game, the FGR one, 32% possession for FGR. Is it, and they've only had 79 chances. It sounded like it's been mostly 50-50, but is it more Forest Green Rovers just getting limited opportunities and being as efficient as all hell when they have them?
So they don't they don't waste any time. They don't go backwards. I don't know that they've passed 5 passes backwards. Everything is going forwards. Very good chances. If you were just looking at all the chances, they both look equally talented, equally aggressive. But their Crewe's just passing it around a lot more, taking its time, trying to set stuff up. So it's really the possession is severely misleading in this game.
I just saw the camera guys on the sidelines there. They literally had their cameras on the ground. They're not even holding the cameras up anymore. Like the ref should literally just stop this game and tell everybody to go home because it's a disgrace.
Yeah, handball in the box. They didn't call it. It hit the fist of a Forest Green Rover guy. That his hands fairly well extended, and crowd went crazy that it wasn't called. Corner for Crewe.
Hey Tony, we're there to assist all of everybody's squeaky bum issues. This one, I got a free kick on mine from Morecambe. It's right up against the sideline, the touch line on the left side, and probably full distance from the goal in a straight line is probably 22, 23 yards, but it is quite a ways over. So this will be a cross in.
Oh, Crewe goal.
Oh.
Great cross, tremendous shot.
Kim, are you also watching Stockport game? Well, why? You don't have to.
You have that, Sean. One goal.
The thing is yeah, I got the Crewe goal. Thank you, Brendan.
Wait a minute, they pulled it back.
Oh,
It was on the scoreboard. They pulled it back.
okay. We got a yellow card. 2-footed
I
challenge.
didn't want to see the replay. It was one of those goals that banged around on the crossbar and the side post, and I thought I saw the net move. Pretty sure it was in.
Langstaff.
Well, the scoreboard got the bump as well.
The scoreboard showed the goal, and then they took it back somehow.
Interesting.
He hit the top post, then the far post, then it bounced back to the goalie, and they actually scored the goal. Crowd went crazy, and then they took it back off.
Crewe's official Twitter says, "How's that not gone in?"
Exactly.
Kirky hits one on the volley into the far corner. It hits the bar and the post before bouncing over the line, but the linesman and referee let play continue. So you thought it was in, Brendan? You thought it was in?
Oh, I initially thought it was definitely in. It had to be the third replay where I was like, maybe it didn't go in. Amazed at how much woodwork it hit. But when the keeper finally caught it, the keeper was at least a foot in bounds. So it did bounce back out after it hit the crossbar and the side post. And Crewe's just taken multiple shots. And in the process, they went all the way downfield with Forest Green and back again. I mean, I'm getting rewarded with by taking the least desirable game and getting the most action here.
In our match, we had Bostock came on for who did he? I can't remember. For Austin, the goal scorer, and Langstaff got a yellow card. Play still back and forth, but they're just not getting finishing chances.
Doubles up by Stockport. That's the most action I've seen in the entire game.
Well, you're getting all the questions, Ivan. This one from Tony Blank. How poor is Stockport playing, or is Wimbledon just better today?
To be honest, Stockport is not playing too bad. They just they don't seem to be able to find the gaps. And Wimbledon is just defending all out. So it's just one of those games when one team decides to stay in their own box. That's it. Stockport is not bad. They're connecting passes. They just can't seem to find those openings.
I think that's what you'd expect from an away game from a team sort of mid-table, is going into Stockport, going into Mansfield, into Wrexham is more defend, and look to counterattack.
Yeah. And they, Stockport is definitely faster.
Trouble in the box,
ball.
shot on, and that was Slew again blocking that one.
We've got some substitutions here. MK Dons are starting to get aggravated. They're shouting at each other. There was a shot on goal there, but he couldn't complete it, and the other player was lifting him out of it for not passing.
It's more scrambly here. Morecambe's lost their shape coming back 2 or 3 occasions, and it's just sort of been Barrow completely working the left-hand side over and over and over again. And that's just as I say that, they go to the right. So Barrow's starting to assert itself a little bit here. 64th minute.
I have multiple subs coming in for Forest Green Rovers here.
Tell us, Michael Smith, why they say that about Stockport girls.
Two subs or 3 subs? If you're looking for a YouTube video today, the EFL highlights of this game should be good.
I'm just, I can't stop looking at the table. It's like a drug, and you see just three red behind us. Don's, Barrow, Crewe. Crawley's moved up, but Gillingham and Wimbledon down. This is fascinating stuff. Even Walsall, who they've got games in hand.
But Sean, you're king of the jinx. You're the one that says don't ever look at the table during the game.
No, we're changing the rules here for the run-in. It doesn't apply for the other team. You call it out. It's my word. The pressure will be on Wrexham to get the job done tomorrow, and it's not an easy game. And it'll be heartbreaking. You look at this table; it's almost more psychologically damaging when you've got the table is set and you can't make your way up to the buffet and eat. The table is set for some magic tomorrow.
MK Dons are putting pressure on here. They're getting up around the box a lot, and they're keeping possession. If it keeps going like this, they might be getting a goal.
Forest Green just had a great shot up close, slight deflection. Otherwise, it was in. Great.
Wimbledon just hit the post off a corner.
I just called this before it happened. I'm a psychic. 2-2. The defense again, standing around, not sure what to do.
Yeah, I told you. Sean started talking. Now the goal's going the other way.
Loose ball bouncing around everywhere. There was almost 3 defenders on the first man for some reason, and he got the ball out into the box in a dangerous area. Started bouncing around. They got a toe on it. 2-2. Now it's going to look dangerous.
Buddy.
64 minutes.
How old is the kid?
How old
is the kid, Sean?
29% possession.
Did I jinx it while I was away there?
Yeah.
I'll blame my kids
Sean,
for trying to. My eldest.
How
for
old
trying
is
to
your?
my youngest.
How old is your kid there?
He's just turned 2, just a month and a half ago.
Nice.
but he was his older brother. I had the camera up, was trying to launch him outside of the crib, so I had to go running without hitting mute just to go and preserve everything from an injury. So no change on the scoreboard. Don't know what happened while I was away, but it seems to be just Barrow's still into it. I mean, the efforts there. Morecambe's just they're probably even clubs as far as stats and everything else goes. It's just those two letdowns early on for Barrow, and they're suffering as a result.
And Wimbledon hit another post just a minute ago off the corner. So actually, out of both teams, Wimbledon had two most dangerous chances.
We don't automatically clinch. Sorry, W&G. We don't automatically clinch tomorrow with a win. I'm pretty sure that that's the case, but I'll double check. Our playoff.
No.
There's still a mathematical possibility. And I think what people are doing is they're looking at the team that's sitting just outside the playoffs and not the team with the most amount of points, which was Crawley. And so there's still an opportunity. Really, really unlucky, but it's still possible. Closest chance of the game for Barrow to score there. Header about 6 feet away, and he put it straight into the ground.
Corner for MK Don's coming up. Don had a message there a minute ago saying he objects to the use of the word defence in the same team as Notts County, which is true at the moment. They are getting destroyed by MK Dons, and it looks like there's going to be another goal coming soon. They're falling apart.
Sutton crushing Swindon.
I see the people in the chat think that Wrexham is pretty much promoted. Some of them. Guys, Hakuna Yatatas a little bit. There is more tough games to come. So, it's not going to be all, butterflies and daisies. We still need to stay focused. There is a lot of work to do.
Well, that's the downside of this Forest Green win here. It keeps their hopes alive, keep playing hard to try to not get demoted.
And we've got them in 2 weeks. Is it or next?
I was hoping that they might be a little bit more out of it when we finally play them, like Colchester and Forest Green, so that they wouldn't be playing hard. But I would guess most teams, even if they're out of it totally, they'd get up for a Wrexham game thinking that they might, if they made some great goal or did something great, they'd be on the documentary. So
70th minute here, Jordan Slew screamer from about 21 yards away and just missed by about 2 feet on the opposite, on the right side of the goal, the opposite side of the goal. Had that been on target, that would have been in there. The keeper was nowhere near it, but Slew just missed.
Kill me now. This is ridiculous.
Back and forth we go. Barrow, that's 8 yards. He's like into the box right there, has a right-footed opportunity and tries to pick the top right corner and just shoots it up about too high. Could have done better with that. And that's 23 for Barrow, and I'll have to grab his name. Stockton, and that's his second chance of the game. Only the two chances, really. 71st minute, getting into the last half hour, winding things down on a watch party hosted by the Red Horde and the local pundit. Reminder, hit the like button where you're at, regardless of who you're watching and how you're watching it. Thank you for joining us as we're having a good one going through all the matches that matter to Wrexham, waiting for that game for us to happen tomorrow.
Well, if we win our match tomorrow and if all the matches stay the way they are now, it is very, very positive, obviously. It really takes the pressure off. But let me say, we haven't won tomorrow's match yet. So we still have to go and get those 3 points.
And I hope they put their blinders on and don't end up walking into that one thinking all's rosy. They got to go out and be hungry and go and get it.
Crewe just had a great chance and cross. offensive player sprawled out trying to tip it in with his foot, kind of did the splits and fell down. Another Crewe player was on the ground. It was chaos again in front of the net. Crowd was on their feet. They're getting a lot of exercise today, that's for sure.
There's the big question from Toby. Has plenty of goals in every game except for Ivan. Do we need to ban him from watching the Wrexham game tomorrow?
Fair play. Fair question. I'll bend myself. I'm not expecting an easy game tomorrow. It's not going to be pretty.
No, it's going to be a battle. I will say, having been multiple times to, they call it something else, but Keep Moat Stadium in Doncaster, not my favorite stadium that I've been to anywhere ever. Pretty boring and nondescript. And I don't think the fans really get into it, or at least didn't when they were in League One back in 2019.
Yeah, Dan said he wouldn't count knots out for the scoring, but I don't know what's more likely, that they would score again, or that they'll give up another score.
Morecambe with a corner, taking their time. The time wasting is on as we're at the 74th minute. This is a long gap going to set up for the corner. And it'll be a right-footed in-swinger from the left side.
Yeah, Morecambe still has legit playoff hopes. I mean, I can see them playing hard, you know.
Well, I asked for a flat one, and that was as flat as it can get, skipping along the ground from the corner. I think it was a mishit, but it was put out. They'll get another corner.
Ivan, what's Wimbledon's energy like? At least are they playing hard? Or are they just a mess?
No, but both teams are playing a very physical game. Just like I said, I'm watching a League Two game from the 90s. It's just dirty gong show football. Energy is up, but it's just messy. A lot of mistakes from both teams. It feels like the level of play is very, very, like, skill level is very low.
The best of the corner attempts on that one put them under pressure. It got cleared away. We'll do a corner from the other side of the pitch for Morecambe. That's 3 in a row here.
I like
their
watching
time.
Reese TV there to see how Wimbledon's doing sometimes. That was a good channel.
This one is still a very interesting match. Back and forth play with MK Dons definitely having the most of it, but they're not getting into finish. There could very well be more goals in this one yet.
Nothing on that corner. All told, 3 corners, 3.5 minutes gone taking them. That's Morecambe. Just the clock ticking and the time wasting is underway.
Wasted opportunity there. Ball went out for a goal kick, running it into the box and just couldn't finish it or pass it off for nuts.
Can we just do a time check of where everybody's at? I'm just entering 76 minutes here right now.
74.
73.50.
73.50 and knots. Ivan, where are you at?
74th minute.
74th. Okay. And Brendan?
75-45.
There we go. Time winding down as we stare at the out-of-town scoreboard and watch this one. Corner from Morecambe, and just watching the clock tick as they walk, and he can't even get to the ball. Nobody's helping him get it either. No ball boys in service here.
He was playing quite desperate. He got another yellow card. They could easily have gotten 2, maybe 3 yellow cards in the last couple of minutes. They're ripping down everyone's shirts, kicking a leg out from behind on breakaways. It's refs really doesn't like giving out cards, and he has given out another one there. Yes, they have 3 cards against them now.
Stockport just missed the best chance they had all game. Cross came in from the left, and they sub, the what's his last name? The black guy. I don't remember his name.
Shut up.
Yeah, missed the header.
The Barrow broadcasters are amazing. Just went down like somebody with an AK-47 was standing behind him. I mean, it was a flop. And that was one of the better ones of the season, to be fair. That should have been simulation, but I don't see a card. I'm just going to go through the stats on my game, and then we'll do a run around as we get close to winding things down. 78th minute, and hopefully the time ticks away. Possession of mine, 150. 54-46.
Okay, we're good. Keeper got it. Ball was
okay.
bouncing around that box like crazy.
I love the no context groaning when you can't watch along.
A comedy of errors from the defense again of Notts. Trying to stop the ball, bouncing all over the place. Crazy.
The game stopped at Forest Green in Crewe because one of the linesmen needs medical.
Oh, interesting.
I've seen that before.
I don't know what the heck's happening here.
Well, that'll be a lot of extra time, and we'll be there watching along till the end of it, I guess. I'm going to get a yellow card here to Morecambe. They're starting to get chippy with Barrow moving forward. Just to go through the stats, my game is pretty much 50-50, other than, the shots are 9-8, the possession's 54-46, the big chances missed are equal. The difference is quality of chances. Morecambe has 4 big chances, Barrow 1, and they finished on 2 of 4 where Barrow's missed on theirs. It's really just those 2 mistakes early on have crushed the soul of Barrow in this one, as they've got 10 minutes left to try and make something up.
And a chance for MK Dons goes begging there. Cross into the box, and the header goes wide.
I was just looking at the stats in Ivan's game. 7 total shots for the entire game, 1 on target. He's just shaking his head in disgust. It's 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, 4:40 in the morning in New Zealand. Woke up to help us out with this one. The most exciting part of the game looks like there have been 339 passes.
Guys, I'm kidding you not. You need to try to play that bad. Like it takes an effort.
Yeah, so that linesman left the game. He was holding his right arm up. I thought it might have been blood, but I think he might have fallen and broken his arm. He left the game there, bringing in the spare linesman.
Miscommunication here on my game. The Barrow or the Morecambe goaltender and the defender, and had to be cleared from about 3 feet away in an awkward fashion and kind of almost towards the goal, straight up in the air. I was headed down and then, just punted straight out of the air, and it's going to end up being a corner for Barrow. Punched away, no threat.
Morecambe's down to 29% possession.
Worst clearance I've ever seen. I don't know how you put that back towards your goal. He was swinging his foot forward at a 45-degree angle away from his goal line, got it on the outside of his foot, and it shanked it towards the goal line for a goal kick, or for a corner kick. So just getting messy with Morecambe here.
Jatta is off and McGoldrick is on here. Chickson is off. Someone else is on.
Some craziness in the crowd. They have all sorts of people running up there. I don't know what's going on.
Possession is now almost 50-50 in our match. Total shots 14, 4 shots on target for MK Dons. They are ahead on shots.
corner in, landed just inside the 18-yard box, and then lifted straight out. It was a right-footed in swinger from the left-hand side, cleared right to the edge of goal, and just no patience, tried to do a volley and just harmlessly lifted. There was no pace on it, and harmlessly lifted it 6 to 8 feet above the goal.
Stockport is about to take a dangerous free kick, a left-hand side just outside of the box, right by the goal line. Like a short version of a corner.
And we all chew our fingernails while we wait.
Another substitution was Jody Jones on and Adam Chickson off. I got it the wrong way around.
They've been playing without Jody Jones this game? The hell?
Yeah, he's only after coming on now.
Nothing happened of that.
Good.
Good.
Not even a shot on goal?
Nope.
Jesus.
Okay, Nats on the attack, ball across. Oh, couldn't get on it. And out for throwing.
You guys should see the quality of shots here. Like they kind of, it's ridiculous. Oh my God.
Ivan, do you think Wrexham could have broken down Wimbledon? The way they're playing.
Wimbledon.
Yeah, AFC Wimbledon.
No, man. I don't think it's Wrexham. I think it's just Wimbledon are happy with the draw, and they are willing to play this ugly football just to take 1 point.
Are they starting to get to the point where they're time wasting in that one, Ivan? Wimbledon?
To be honest, they're not even time wasting. No, they just defending with 11 people in their own third.
Across the box. No one could get on it. Across the keeper.
I anticipate Sheldon's going to be the person who's going to be talking by himself here for a while, because at least my game, I assume it's in the Crewe game. Brendan, you can clarify. There's a lot of time wasting and then quick little bursts of action.
They haven't started back up yet. They finally have the linesman in place for getting close to starting back up, but they're going to be adding on a ton of time here.
Go on.
8 yards, 9 yards in front of the box. Header, but it stopped. Not enough power on the header, but
danger. Oh, shot, and it's a goal. Fuck. Sorry.
Nope, that's legitimate.
MK Dons 3-2. On the break, Notts County were going for the win. They were up in the box and they lost the ball on the break up the pitch, and they couldn't stop them.
And
nice
some will
ball.
say, what would you expect from Notts County in an important game?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Is it possible for them to Notts to score again? Yes. They have been somewhat dangerous, but they haven't had a lot of possession. Obviously, MK Dons now are going to look to shut this down. There are 7 minutes of regular time left. So this is not a great result if it stays like this. I'm trying not to be too mean to Notts. Yeah, this is exactly what they have been doing in every single match for the last 6 weeks.
Yeah. I'd even go further back than that and go to our match against them.
Yeah, but since they got the new manager, I'm kind of saying it's about 6 weeks now, I think. Oh, ball. Come on, swing it in. Too far. Right across the box. And they got the ball back. Come on, bring it in. No.
87th minute for me. Nothing happening of real measure.
Stockport just scored.
No.
Oh!
Long range shot.
Last 10 minutes.
Long, like how far along were we talking? 20 feet, 30 feet?
Yards, about 30 yards.
Oh, yards, sorry. 30 yards.
I told you, Sean, when you went and looked at the table early,
It's all my fault.
It's all your fault.
Correction. Sorry. Just outside of the box. So I was half asleep. It wasn't 30 yards. It was just outside of the box. Like
Second shot on target. 2 shots on target, and they're going to walk away.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay. Well, to be honest, they controlled the ball the entire game, and I mean, and Wimbledon only have themselves to blame for not scoring that pen.
What's the table look like? I got to wait for my update, but I mean, Stockport's now going to be
nicely up there.
Scores! Goal by Barrow. We got a game. 2 minutes.
Stop looking at the table, Sean.
Don't. I'm putting it away.
Okay, we got a free kick right outside the box here. Come on,
this
guys.
Was left footer, nothing the goalkeeper could have done. Left footer blocked, landed right on the feet of another Barrow attacker and just punched in. And so they've got grabbed the ball, scooped the ball, and Barrow's running back to the line and sat the ball down, and Morecambe's just waiting. 89th minute just popping up now.
Oof.
Okay, free kick just outside the box. 4 in the lineup for defense. 4 on the wall.
Yeah, the table looked way better 5 minutes ago, Kim. Barrow coming forward, getting close to the 90th minute, and they're just outside the box cross, and they're going to get a corner. Barrow trying to stir it up.
Thanks, David.
Feel free to announce the extra time as it comes up in your match, too.
Come on, guys. Pull something special out here.
Wow, 5 minutes of added time here. And Barrow's swarming Morecambe.
Oh.
Dangerous ball in, headed up a street there. Wow. Morecambe can't get a clearance. Oh, yep. Sorry.
Oh, what a waste. What a waste. They came in and did a little, let's move the ball behind, pushed it too far, and whoever was on the attack couldn't get to it fast enough, and the defenders were on it. Took a shot against 3 people.
Foul right on the goal line here. Took out the keeper, Mayer, who's milking this for a little extra time.
We're at 89 minutes now. Just almost.
Yeah, I have plus 11 minutes.
Wow.
Oh, pile up. Oh. Crewe almost scored. They pig piled on top of the goalie. Almost scored, didn't. They're still putting on a ton of pressure. I had 6 yellow cards in this game. Could easily been more. Oh, they just threw a guy to the ground. Is he going to get another yellow card? Lucky if he doesn't.
Oh, the wry little smile. Barrow all the way down on the left-hand side, and that was a flop, and you could even see the Morecambe player turning away from the referee and towards the camera with the cheeky little smile, knowing he sold that one. And we wait for time wasting and the keeper to get out here. 2 minutes into extra time. 5 minutes. 3 more minutes to go.
Okay, Nat's on the attack again. Outside the box, looking for a cross. In it goes. Headed away. 6 minutes extra.
Classic 45 says he's okay with Stockport winning the league. I think I'd love to see us last game of the season with the ability to beat them and win the league. That would be exciting.
Corner to Knots.
Barrow free kick coming out 20 yards out, basically right at the edge of the 18-yard box.
6 minutes stoppage time.
Wow.
Why?
Yes! Yes!
Hey!
Ball across the box. Got on it right on the back post. And boom. We are 4-3.
Wait, 4-3-3-3.
4-3.
3-3. What?
Oh, sorry. Hang on. Yeah, 3-3.
I was like, what did I miss?
Sorry. No. Yes.
We will take that.
They changed the scoreboard really quick.
I got this one coming up here. This is going to be quite the opportunity. Lots of players in the box, only 2 people in the wall. It's minute and a half left in the match, and they're taking their time. Barrow is in serving this up. Left-footed, swung and over, dangerous ball, headed away and cleared, but it's right there and blocked. Morecambe with the block, and now they're looking to chase this down on a counterattack, and the goalkeeper has to come up and serve it forward. 1 minute left. And Ivan's fallen asleep. Or it's
Yep. That's just that's so boring.
Crew's pouring on the
into the area. It's right there. Volley cleared out. That's the referee. That was going to be a penalty shout, and the referee literally gave it the finger wave. That was shoulder contact, sure, and a flop to try to irk it.
That last goal was a lovely goal by Knots. Cross straight in front of the keeper, but behind all the defenders, and the runner on the back post got onto it.
Beautiful. We'll take it. And so, who was the goal scorer in the end?
I didn't see it. I'll have a look now.
Yeah, whenever you get it, I'm just curious.
Aaron the man.
Big craziness in front of the goal. Crew's almost scored several times, so Forest Green's using a substitution to try to stop the momentum here and stall a little.
So
with plus 11 minutes, we're 4.5 minutes into stoppage time.
Desperation boot almost up into the face here, and so it's getting nervy here at the end. Ball gets kicked away. We're past the 5-minute mark, so this one's probably coming to an end soon.
I got 3 more minutes of this mockery.
Jody Jones with a wasted cross across the goal and then went out for goal kick.
Oh. I have almost 6 minutes, but this is just not enough time to win here.
It's a final here.
I've got about 2.5 minutes of extra.
Oop.
Guys, this was great. I'm going to have to drop a little early. I have to get back from my doctor's appointment to work.
That's all good. Thanks so much for doing it, and that's all good. Thanks for doing that, and I'll follow the stats on that one.
All right, as usual, Sean. Thanks. Great job, Sheldon.
Thanks,
Ivan.
Brendan.
Thanks.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye.
Waiting on you guys to actually, if I only want a goal in that Stockport Wimbledon game, I mean, I'll take another Knots goal, but really what I'm looking for is Wimbledon to pull some magic here.
Wimbledon not trying. They just throw in the balls into the box, but I don't think they will get anything out of it. Two minutes left.
Not trying to waste time with a throw in here. Free kick for some reason. Keeper came out to get it. Oh, MK Dons got the ball on the counter. Free kick, maybe a card. Yeah, he's pulled out his yellow card. Maybe a cynical foul, but it's just past the halfway. Stop the attack. Referee called it back, starting again. And we are at 5 minutes and 45. Ball in by MK, cleared by Stockport. Back in again. Head tennis. And the ball is clear. 6 minutes 10. So let's see what the referee plays extra. And wrestling to the ground. MK Dons wrestle the player down. And a yellow card. Nice. More time wasting here, which shouldn't have happened. Well done, MK Dons.
I was just staring blankly at the screen, questioning his existence.
How are they top of the league, honestly?
Because they eke out 3 point. Like when they're bad, they still find a way to win. You know, you can't thump everyone all the time, and that's
Full time.
Yeah.
Full time.
Full time. Stockport preserves.
We should have beaten FGR. Oh, nearly another goal for Notts. Ball up the side, back in front of the goalie. Notts couldn't get a toe on it, and it's over. Whistle has gone.
Over.
Almost got the winner in the last second, but couldn't do it. Couldn't get a toe on it.
It's still an exceptional result. I mean,
Yes.
at the end of the day, if you
2 points lost.
2 points lost, Barrow ends up losing, so their max now goes down to 85. And so the magic number for Wrexham improves up to 13 points without having to do anything. The MK dropped points, and so the only outcome that wasn't positive was Ivan having to suffer through that matchup and Stockport finding a way to sneak it through. But if the goal is let's get to automatic promotion, then we'll worry about that last game against Stockport and make it mean something. They're 4 points clear. If we're able to take care of business tomorrow, we do ourselves a world of good. 3 points tomorrow would put us at 76, 5 points clear of the Dons. And only 10 points needed on the magic number to clear automatic promotion. Things look really, really, really good with 3 points. You don't grab it, you're still in the same recycle of madness and chaos. So, Andy, with the comment there, great show except for Ivan. We can't slag the guy who had to suffer the most to end up doing this, waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to join us for this one. The local pundit chimes in. I wasn't planning on staying too long for this one. We've got a watch along at the Red Horde for Ivan, Sheldon, Josh, who's commenting in the comments beside us. They'll have a watch party. Pick your poison. Come and join us. Before you leave, wherever you're at, hit the subscribe button, whether that be us with them. And hey, if you've got the time, jump over to the other one and hit the subscribe button there and like the stuff just to keep pushing this forward. Really an exceptional day when you look at all things told. I mean, Mansfield canceled, so they're going to have to probably go on the 16th. I didn't look at the games around them as to how that influences things. So let me...
Yeah, they're going to go Saturday, Tuesday for quite a few games, which will be great for weakening them and, you know...
Well, except so what is it? It's you've got the attrition battle that they're going to have to deal with, but the flip side is they're already banged up, and so they could be getting people back. So
of course,
they're going to go Saturday against Crawley, Tuesday against Forest, MK Dons on the Saturday, and then they come back on the Tuesday. I'm assuming this is going to go on the 16th, just in case there's another cancellation. That one can sneak in on the 23rd
on the last one,
before the end of it. Yeah, but they're doing a full run now all the way through to the 20th in their Gillingham game, and then they'll have a week off to Barrow. And that game's looking more and more like it could be a massive one, depending on if Mansfield's able to find its form. I was looking at the magic number stuff. W&G said that somebody had secured something, and I'll update everything, but I didn't think that that was an option for them. Gillingham can't get to the championship. Wimbledon not able to get to the championship. Morecambe officially eliminated from winning overall. So windows are starting to close here on teams, which is a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, the
Right,
list
guys.
for championship isn't really.
Ivan's got to go.
Sorry to interrupt you. I'm gonna go and do something. Do something interesting.
Get a nap and have a good one. Ivan, massively appreciate you and the fact that you endured that one. I mean, you called it though too. So
Yeah, no worries. It's been good. It's been we'll do it again. See you later.
For sure. It was a lot of fun. Thanks, Ivan. Appreciate you.
All right. Bye.
Take care. Yeah. So tomorrow again is a pretty big game. If we win tomorrow, we are 1 point behind Stockport, and they'll have a match in hand on us. However, they still have to play us. So if we beat them in that, then that gets rid of their game in hand, and we gain 3 points. So we are still within touching distance of Stockport towards the end of the season. Yeah, which is excellent. MK Dons are currently 2 points behind us, and we currently have 2 games in hand on them. If we take out our match tomorrow, we'll be 5 points ahead with another game in hand, which is a significant amount of points then.
The biggest thing to take away from this game is the divide between third and fourth is potentially going to start to extend itself.
Yes, it's going to extend itself.
And that's massive. Please, for the love of all things that are holy, Wrexham, take this ball and run with it and just close the door on what could be a really good Easter Tuesday combination here.
And Barrow is now 6 points behind us on equal games, so they've slipped back as well.
Right.
Crewe have played one more match than us, and they're behind as well. So it's starting to look really good if we take these 3 points tomorrow.
Let's just say this with the game that's coming. We're sitting at 73 points. We're playing tomorrow. Right now, the most points that Barrow can get, 85. The most points that the Dons can get if they win out, 83. The most points that Crewe can get if they win out, 81.
So we're looking at 8 points we need. Max. Well,
10 points if you want to really get into it, goal difference being aside, but we're ahead on goal difference. We're ahead on 9. 9 we're mathematically ahead. That's 3 wins. 3 wins, 3 wins, start the clock tomorrow. If you go on our projected maximum based on points per game, including today's game, our projected max is 84 points. The Dons are at 77, Barrow's at 77, and Crewe is at 74. So even if we just play with the same win-loss draw combinations we've been going through, we should be safe and clear. 3 wins seems doable. This was an amazing out, but just let's get the job done tomorrow and keep the momentum running.
Get it done early.
Yeah. And I would love to be able to, go into Crewe. Stockport's resting people. We're resting people a little bit, and we're lining up. Just make sure you're securing your points, and just line it up for a Stockport versus Wrexham game at the racecourse for the marbles, and get that and have a run at that. And that's definitely possible here if we can do the job tomorrow.
Yeah, at least our away form has picked up a bit, because we were in horrible form for quite a long time with the away matches, but they have picked up. So I think people are a little bit less worried. We've 2 away games now. But yeah, we win those 2 away games, and we're almost certain at that point. We're close enough then, really.
What's scary, you speak of away form.
I know.
We're 5th overall in the standings for away form. Okay. Mansfield's first is 36 points, Stockport 33 points, and then we're sitting 3rd at 28. So not horrible. I mean, you look at the Dons, 24 points, and they're still able to climb. Obviously, they're first overall with their home form. They've taken that title away from us here. So 2 different squads, the MK Dons. which one would think is positive on a go forward, because that means the potential of dropping points is more likely on those away games. So,
Yeah, well, you look at our next four: Doncaster Rovers, Colchester, Crawley Town, and Forest Green Rovers. Yes, they're going to be scrappy. Yes, they're going to be defensive, maybe, depending on exactly where they are. But taking 8 points, 2 wins, 2 draws, or at least 6. If we take at least 6 out of those 4, we're basically there.
yeah,
We should be able to take 2 wins out of those 4.
I sure as hell hope so. But then Wrexham doesn't seem to do anything easy.
I know. I know.
The next weekend's game's interesting as far as the quality of the teams. Really, only Mansfield and Mansfield in a battle. The rest are all scrapping with teams desperate not to be relegated. So Barrow's got Swindon Town. And the Dons have Forest Green. We will have Colchester away. Stockport has Sutton. And then Mansfield has Crawley Town. And Crawley Town's still working for the playoffs. So all of the games next week matter except for maybe Swindon, if they're going to call it. So it's time to assert ourselves.
Yeah, and we're not the only team that has fallen to weak teams either. It's not like we're on our own in that scenario.
Absolutely.
So Stockport, Mansfield, everybody has done it.
Yep. Oh man, 2 away games back to back, Donny and Colchester. It could come to pass. I mean, you go to the Wrexham number here and you recognize that, Barrow at 85 points. If they drop points again, that'll lower it even more. We could be really talking clinch scenarios here by the time we get to that Crawley game.
Yeah, well, I'm at that Crawley game, and I partly picked it hoping that would be the magic game. That once that's done, we have enough points and we have secured it at the end of that match.
It'd be a really good night for you.
Oh yeah, that will be a fun drinking night.
Yeah.
If that's
regardless. Yeah.
Okay. I've had a knock on the door, which is probably the kids coming home. So
okay.
I'll
let you go, and then I'll do the wrap up here. And appreciate you, Sheldon, and everybody over at the local pundit that's doing you guys' thing. So that's tomorrow for them, and then I'll just do a wrap up here and kick off and see if there's any questions. Cheers.
Take care, everybody. See you soon.
Oh, if I can learn how to operate my system. There we go. Well, folks, that's it. I don't know if there's questions and you guys want to go over anything or had any further questions that weren't addressed, but I want to thank the local pundit, Sheldon, and Ivan and Josh for letting the keys run. If you're watching over on that channel, that's great. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as everything wraps up. If you're on my channel, I appreciate you guys as well. New memberships and all that sort of stuff. We're running the watch party. I will be setting that up as soon as this one wraps up. So pick your poison. Don't matter to me where you go as long as you're connected to Wrexham and the community builds wherever it builds. Thanks, Michael. I had a blast doing this. I know that it's going to be an opportunity on the 16th because there will be Barrow's going to be playing Crawley, Stockport's going to be playing Notts County, and I assume Mansfield's going to be having its Accrington game. So there's 3 there that we could do this again on Tuesday, April 16th, 7:45 kickoff. That's going to be 11:45 out in the west coast of North America. Over on the east coast, that'll be 2:45, and so we can do that on the 16th. Tomorrow, massive day. Looking at this table and looking at the magic numbers and everything this is lined up for Wrexham to be able to secure itself a position in League One if it can. And tomorrow's massive. Go and get the damn thing, and that's where we're at. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this one. Next time we'll share it out even a little bit more in advance because it took, first time you do something, take some time to set it up. Now that we know how it works and that it does work and people were enjoying it, we'll set it up a little bit more in advance, maybe for the 16th. A little bit easier to do because filling 3 games is that much easier, as I keep saying easier. And we'll be there for the 16th. I hope that's the goal. So much love to everybody. We'll see you wherever you end up joining us tomorrow. And Sean Driver, the Red Horde, signing off with in conjunction with the local pundit. Cheers, everybody. Oh, where do I find me? Well, let's put that. If you're on YouTube, it's youtube.com/@the-red-horde. That's where you can find me. For At the Local Pundit, youtube.com/@the-local-pundit. I have a link in mine below. I don't know if he does, but at the Red Horde. And if you're on Twitter, we actually have the same handles, at the Red Horde and at the Local Pundit. So you'll be able to find us there or otherwise. Follow, subscribe, get involved. And I appreciate everybody. Cheers. Thanks for that one. That was pretty damn close to the perfect day. We'll see you tomorrow or next time we see you. Thanks, guys.